Remy's Place. It's a Saturday night community hangout. Hit me up if you want to join, but first.
Making your way into LCS takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries, watching YouTube a lot. Saturday at Remy's Place. Sometimes you wanna go hang out and banter at Remy's Place. Come in and jump on lives today. You wanna be where you can see our grails are all the same. You wanna banter at Remy's Place. You wanna go where people know we don't all collect the same. You wanna go hang out at Remy's Place.
What's going on, everybody? Jeremy back again with Remy Q Studios. I want to welcome you to my studio. It's Remy's Place, a Saturday night hangout. I'm super excited. Let's bring in the fellas, per usual. Mad Spidey, how you doing?
Yeah,
Rob
boy.
Fat Sax, how you doing? Hot damn, it's Saturday. How you guys doing today?
Wow, not as good as you, but I'm here.
Yeah, this is my best ever.
So
Woo!
fantastic. Fantastic.
You're just a limousine riding, jet flying, kiss
my
stealing.
goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. I want to make sure that my mic was on here. We got Las Crucius. How you doing? Mike, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining us. Hey, what's going on? Hey, everybody. How you doing? Woo!
Woo!
Yes.
Come on, it's still Sunday morning here. Come on.
Oh, that's right. Spidey's still getting up. Breakfast with Spidey. That's what we need to have. I'm gonna hand you the torch, sir. You do the Saturday night hangout. I'll be breakfast with Spidey, and everybody else will just watch you eat cereal. It's per usual. Usually you're eating cereal.
Yeah, I'm always eating because it's usually like dinner time or lunchtime or something for me.
Just
I
admit
know
it.
Mike. I know Beckerman loves it a lot. He's like, "You're always eating on streams." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's always like those times for me."
No.
It's food o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny because like I got the text this morning at like I don't know, like 3 a.m., 3:30, whatever it was. It was just before Only Slabs that the parcel had arrived. And then Beck's phone went off a minute later because she must have got the tracking number and put it on her phone on her app as well. So her phone went off about 30 seconds after mine. And then you started Only Slabs. And I was laughing my ass off. And then Beck woke up. She's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, just go back and watch Only Slabs, just the start of it if you want or whatever like that. And she literally just did it then. She goes, "That was hilarious."
Yeah, it's still sitting here. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know what I was like. Oh, I don't know what this is. I assume it's an AOK. So
You shall soon find out.
it's not an AOK. It's an AOR. An active revenge?
No, definitely not. No,
I've
definitely.
been waiting to send one of those out.
Right.
There's definitely some stuff that you're familiar with, but there's a slightly different sort of thing that I've been sitting on it for about a month or 2 months, and it's like Beck's like, "You're gonna send that parcel out to Rob?" I'm like, "I'll get to it. I just haven't had the money or the time or anything like that."
For some reason, I'm imagining Wayne's World when he was gifted the gun rack, and he's like, "I don't own a gun." Certainly not enough to necessitate an entire gun rack. Now I want to know what this is. Rob, come on, release this video already.
I have to,
leave.
I have to record the video in order for it
leave.
to be.
Leave, record the video, edit it,
we're recording right now. You can screen capture for my channel.
Oh, God.
Golly.
Yeah.
Australian boomerang rack looks like.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely something in Rob's wheelhouse. We'll put it that way.
Nice.
It's 5 pounds of kangaroo meat. I'm excited.
I didn't even think about that. That probably wouldn't have gone too well. I don't think they freeze too well.
I don't know. Smoke that shit.
That's an idea for the next kangaroo jerky.
There you go. What I haven't figured out is, on the jerky front, is I was ordering new dog treats again, and because the dog's running low, and it's like chicken jerky essentially, right? But I'm like reading, I don't know why the hell for the dog are they putting anything on it other than just taking the meat and drying it? He's like, the dog doesn't give a crap, right? They're all doing like, and I understand, okay, they're putting rosemary or this or that or whatever.
Oh,
But they're putting, which, okay, if you want to put a touch of that, whatever, fine. But we put sugar. Why the hell do you need to put sugar on chicken, first of all? And why would you do that to feed it to the dog?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I mean, Remy, you're an expert on chickens. Do you put sugar on your chickens?
I don't.
No, and they still lay eggs just fine, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Steve. I just want to make sure I'm
I
clear on that.
I have like this feed thing, but then I like to throw some out in the yard as well and let them kind of just like naturally peck at it and everything. And sometimes, like, if there's a chicken in the way, I just dump it on the chicken and it shakes it off, and everybody has fun, and it's
laughs, right?
It's a party. It's like
confetti.
You know what I mean? It's like if somebody threw a bunch of food at me, I mean, I would enjoy that. Like,
right.
So speaking of jerky, if somebody just threw like beef jerky and it just showered me in it, that's like a dream come true. Are you serious? I'd make, like, a
right?
Angel, and like I'd have a blast. It's a dream.
Or did you see? I saw a video the other day. There's every once in a while there's these.
Oh gosh, this is happening. Hell yeah!
Yeah. So the man. There was a video a while back where they took some of the Muppets and they recorded it with dubbed over it with Beastie Boys, so that way they're like doing stuff, right? Yeah. That was right. So there was one the other day that was Gonzo and singing. They had him dubbing over the song, but what the hell song was it? Shit. But he's sitting there dancing with the chickens, and he's like, and he's all singing about how he likes a different breed of girl or something. But I gotta figure out the song that was. Shit. Sorry, I forgot. I ruined the story. Rob's an idiot. Go.
Another one.
Evil Mike, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining.
What's your point? Well, I don't have one.
What I love is because you have the keys. You started the story, you ended the story, you made fun of yourself, and then rejected yourself from the channel. It was you know what? I screwed it up. I'm sorry. Goodbye. And then click.
When you don't have a point, you're just dull.
It's like telling the punchline before the joke.
That was a Dr. Von Hoot joke.
Indeed. For sure.
Oh god.
Well, I'll have to look it up now, and I think
Rob had a sense there was a clip that was going to follow up, and he beat us to the punch. You got the formula down. You knew it was coming, and you beat us to the punch. Damn it. So how's everybody else doing, Mike?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing fine.
Good, man.
I love the energy that you came in with. You were like, whoa! Yeah, I love all that.
So this is the thing. Like,
it's all down here for me.
Stream. I stop and I ask myself, what would Simon do?
I do prefer the more sort of, I suppose you could call it intimate sort of setting.
That's the thing is, I just want to I sit back and realize, like, if it was an intimate setting. Sometimes you got to bring more energy to the table. Sometimes
I could dim the lights a bit more if you want.
Your lighting is perfect. Your lighting is perfect. You know what I don't like? Real quick, if we can touch on this.
What grinds your gears?
I've been hearing some comments about folks voting for Mad Spidey for the best statue review, and then it's followed up with well, we're doing this this is our spite vote because we don't want somebody else to win. And every time I see that, I follow up with, Well, you know, he actually does have a really good show that he does. He actually has a phenomenal statue collection. And so we don't have to like just proclaim that we're doing this out of spite to like vote for the other guy because we don't like this particular person. Like it can be a legitimate vote if you want to. I mean, that's how I voted.
I tried to be fair.
I'm just saying we don't have to like put down the channel at the same time. Vote for Mad Spidey because damn it, we like him more than somebody else. Like that sucks.
I voted for the top 3 people up here. I voted for Remy, Matt, Spidey, and Rob.
Well, we appreciate that, sir.
We certainly
Yeah.
do.
No, we appreciate.
I mean, there's so many channels, but I try to be fair and true. You know, not to play favorites.
What's up, Jack B Comics? Yeah, it's like I said, I've kind of heard that a couple times, and I always try to hit up the chat with the he actually has a legit statue collection. Like he didn't reveal it for several years, I think.
I mean, whilst that's true, like, I mean, it works in his favor that people just for some reason don't like Gem Mint, and you know
that's true.
But I need it to happen at the actual final nominations time, not like because if everybody votes for me, it's like there are supposed to be like 5 nominees for the finals, so it's like
what's really going to bake your noodle. That's a shout out.
if I'm the only one.
What's really going to bake your noodle is when he's not even on the ballot and you're like the running the lead, and then everyone votes against you. They're like, "Oh, we're not letting Mad Spidey run away with this son of a bitch," and they start voting for somebody else they've never.
No, he makes it to the nomination, and then nobody votes for him to win the actual. He's the only runner, and then nobody votes for him.
It's like leaked. They're like, Mad Spidey got 89% of the nominations, and then everyone's like, "Fuck that guy. We're going with somebody else." With his 6,000 statue collection or whatever it is, ridiculous numbers. Oh yeah, I've got every Bowen statue ever created. And I'm 3 to 5 copies away from the entire Spider-Man run. It's no big deal though. I don't have any content on my channel that I can show. Not a lot. It's not a lot. Let me crack open some slabs with tools because I know that'll fire up Remy and Rob, who I have to see every Saturday. Anyways, Quarterside, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Scott?
Rob, that was a great show today. I was driving and lurking.
Indeed. That was a good one. I mean, Luke's quite a character, so it's always fun to see exactly what he's got and what's, maybe
well, he says
fiction.
He's collected everything, so.
Well, exactly. Which he's never going to hear the end of that from me. Like, I'm going to say...
You never make a statement like that. That's just ludicrous.
What does that entail?
Well, his argument is that he doesn't have to have everything to have collected everything. So that he just needs for all his various groups of things that he wants to collect. So whether it be Star Wars or whether it be Turtles or whether it be this, he just needs to have something that represents that. And then that completes that collection. He doesn't have to have everything.
I can kind of go for that. That's actually how my
so he's saying that for his various fandoms, he's got something that represents all those different things. And therefore, he's running out of things to collect.
He's just not trying hard enough, you ask me.
Well, that just sounds like somebody who's being fiscally responsible. And
I don't know anything about that.
Well, you know what though? It depends on how you approach it, though. Like, are you trying to get a complete run of something or not? Because I don't try to get complete runs. Like, I'm not. I don't think I'll ever have a thing where I'm like, oh yeah, I got hole fillers or whatever they're called. I was like, nah, not even worried about it. Like,
I
find particular books and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I want.
Collected everything, and I'm a fucking hourder.
Yeah,
there you go. I have just been informed there is such a thing as kangaroo jerky.
Well, there you are. Phenomenal.
So next box.
I'll tell you this. I think everything's been jerkied at one point or another.
Yeah, especially in America.
Yeah. Somebody's
Somebody.
made it at some point.
So So, anyways,
He did
I've
have
read-
some really interesting books, though. I mean, like the EC comics that he had.
Yes, I'm
really,
really
really-
interested that he's got a huge collection of the EC comics. Apparently, I mean they're
Yeah.
all raw, but it's interesting though that the ones that he has pulled out to go were missing pages and were restored.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for him, but it's just a cool subgenre to have, which I'd love to have a bunch.
Oh
of.
yeah, those are great. You can jerky eggs only when they're green. Oh, right. Jerky green eggs and ham.
No,
And
you
they
can't.
do
Green
come in
eggs
a
and
can.
jerky. Green eggs and jerky. There you go.
I had no idea that he collected the entire Spider-Man run in 3 years. That blew me away. Like, I've been listening to him for ages, and that never cropped up.
Yeah, especially while unemployed.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he said he was selling off everything else in order to fund it, and if he was doing it before the big hikes on a lot of stuff, then it's obviously a lot easier when you can sit there and spend. If you spend $1,000, you picked up 10 books in the first 20 issues versus.
It isn't that easy to get like ASM in this country. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's not.
He
like,
didn't
you're
say
not
it was
walking into shops. And
he didn't say that he did that. He was. I think it was pretty clear that he was going online.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
The world is your marketplace. Then,
but if you're ordering online, then the shipping costs for because he's not talking about like the first 100 books.
Right.
He's talking about the entire ASM run in 3 years.
Like what I'm doing.
Right. Well, and you could conceivably go into a shop that maybe has a huge number of them and buy a bunch in bulk and take off a hole. Then you're just filling in holes and.
Yeah. I've been doing
like
it for
every other guy.
years.
You're just filling in holes. Wait,
well, that's what I mean. Like 20 plus years of doing it makes sense.
And I still haven't finished.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, but no.
If he's got the money, like
if he's selling off stuff and turn around and converting it. He said he was converting it right. Basically, I just sold it. Great, now we go buy something. I just sold it. Right. So
whether as I don't sell anything and I'm on minimum wage, so that's why it's taken me 20 plus years to try and get. And obviously the pricing over here is ridiculous, and currency conversions and all the rest of the drama.
Well, we've just told you now. All you have to do is go into business selling kangaroo jerky, and you're good.
And apparently, and Beck's like, mute yourself again. She goes, do you reckon he'd want traditional, salted, or chili? And I'm like, what the fuck is? I didn't even know there was bloody. Like,
you always have. Probably something that's more original. I don't like sugary sweet. I don't like sweet meat. But
all three.
Emu jerky.
All three.
Remy's all because Rob's going to send me some.
Yeah. This
is going to be a big. This will be a Heroes Con.
Got to test it out.
So instead of, we'll say 2025, if it ever happens, me coming with like just 100 packets of Tim Tams, I should just come with kangaroo jerky.
No, Tim Tams work, my man. Don't get us wrong here. It's,
I have. Oh, by the way, since you guys are both here, I have finally come to a decision, and that the Tim Tams are superior to the Penguins. I've come to this decision based on the fact that I still have Penguins left in my cabinet, and no strong desire to finish them off nearly at the same pace. Or when I do, I eat one
strong logic.
Versus a Tim Tam. I have none left in my cupboard, and when I open a pack, I want to eat more than one.
I respect that. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, you might want to open up that box sooner rather than later. Then I know you can get them, but Beck's like, I'm putting this in, and I'm putting this in, and I'm putting this in, and she's just like, I don't even remember what the hell she put in the box now.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, I do. Half of me wants to open it right now, but the other half of me wants to open it up for content on my channel. But so yeah, there we are.
Only
took me 2 years to get Super Magician Run, and only 50. My 56ers. Well,
I've never even heard it. What's Super Magician? I've never even heard it.
it's before you it's before older than any book you collect.
Well, that's not hard because I don't collect any Golden Age at all.
But
Yes. Is this real? Oh, hold
Hang
on.
on. We're waiting.
Hey, there it is. All right, we got security in the house. Everybody.
Hey yo,
Bodyguard has shown up. Now I feel better.
from meats to pancakes.
Oh,
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
before Nick shows up, I'm always kind of like looking over the shoulder. I got to make sure everything's clear. Now I feel a little better.
Got your
some
security
backup.
blanket.
I don't know, Remy. Last night you were saying that they needed some new blood on In the Mix, so I don't know how you feel about me these days.
Well,
Did he say that?
did I ever indicate that Nikki 9.5 was going anywhere? I think not.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
anything,
it was
we were
probably
trying to
more
give-
my disappointing son.
We were trying to give the illusion
Yeah.
as if Austin was going to be replacing somebody, since
Why
that was
wouldn't y'all just be adding?
the mainstay that had come out somehow.
Well, if I'm
There you
going
go,
to be replaced
Spidey.
by Austin,
Super Magician is from 41 to 47.
Okay.
So
I wouldn't mind. So I'm currently waiting for somebody else to do their job. I'm on
Yes, you
call. So I figured I'd come join you fine gentlemen and Spotty.
Do some bagging and boarding.
I
while
was
you're at
waiting
it.
for that, you bastard.
and Spike.
Yeah, I'm doing some.
Apparently I'm gonna get a pretty good deal on that. Remember I was waiting on one of my commissions from Heroes, from Cully Hamner.
Oh yeah.
And he finally pinged me back, responded back to me. He had some family issues and some other things that he's cleared up, and he's working on a thing. He pinged me today. He said I feel real bad that you've had to wait all this time. You should have had it at Heroes. So he said, I know you just had a quick bust sketch. He says, I'm going to do something above and beyond for you.
The sign of a good artist is
That's
people
really
who
cool.
like I fucked up. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna go above and beyond, and that's
He
that's
says,
why
you've been super cool. Because I told him, I think when he reached out to me initially just to confirm everything, I said, dude, I understand. He told me, oh, I'm sorry, I had some problems. I said, no problems, dude. Family first, and then your published deadlines come next, and then somewhere in there, further down the line, is commissions. I understand, I get it. All I wanted when I reached out to him was I just wanted confirmation you guys had it because it wasn't originally planned to be mailed to me. I got no receipt and I got no contact information for anybody for me to be able to follow up on. So it was just like after a month and a half, it was just like, dude.
Yeah, and that's why Unruly Simeon calls me one of the most patient guys in original art. Is because I've waited some exorbitant amount of time for a lot of my pieces.
So let me ask you a question: if given the choice, would you want your stuff on time, or would you rather have the extra feel bad upgrade?
The masterpiece.
Upgrade.
I don't care one way or the other. I don't mind it going long, just even getting what I paid for, as long as there's some kind of communication periodically or, about it, what's going on. I don't,
that is the major key.
I don't like I don't like to be treated, get the silent treatment and, nothing,
No responses. They're not looking at your messages. Yeah. I need the communication. I don't care about the time length, but at least nod in my direction. I get you're busy.
And that is the biggest gripe that everybody has. Like the two biggest gripes in the commission game is obviously waiting time and communication. Because me personally, I've been ghosted by artists for 2-3 years, and then all of a sudden just get an email out of the blue saying, "Oh, by the way, I just finished your commission you've been waiting on."
That would annoy the piss out of me. Just having to just drop an email to say, it's coming eventually, and then I'll forget about it. But it's just the not knowing would drive me insane.
Have you ever been stolen from? Sent the money to somebody and never got anything?
Not on a commission.
No, I I've had people that have totally ghosted me, but luckily all those ones I've never paid for up front. So I actually have a list of probably maybe 5 or 6 that are I'm still on waiting lists for people.
Oh, shit, he's got a list.
Oh,
Watch
yeah,
out, everybody.
Checking it
That's
twice.
he's got a fucking list.
He's got a list and he's checking it twice.
Oh,
He's
God.
going to find out if
This
you're
dude's gonna be in
drawing
the
it
bushes,
nice.
just
Yeah. But I've
waiting.
given up on it, obviously, because I'm putting it on the back burner. I'm not doing OA anymore for quite a while.
Yeah,
Big name people?
you've given up on it until that Ronin suit shows up, and then you start going ham on everybody.
Commission wise, I haven't had anybody completely just like abandoned on me, but I've had obviously some shops and stuff where I've bought stuff, pre-ordered stuff that have completely disappeared and shut down, and I've got no. I finally had reached out to some people and got linked up with the people who supposedly were running it. And then when I talked to them, one of them basically puts me on block. The other one tries to help me for a little bit, but eventually starts pointing me back at the artist who made the cover art. And I'm like, why would the cover artist be your shop is the one who took my money. You're the one who, was going to facilitate getting this thing signed by multiple artists and getting it graded and everything else.
I remember you were going through that last year with somebody.
Yeah, well, there was a Comic-Con online was the name of the shop, and it was on an Art Germ piece, and Art Germ eventually ended up sending me a book with a remark on it that we sold at C3, but that was because he felt bad about it, not to replace the item, because his little remarked book was not a $250 triple signed and remarked and graded special limited print blah blah blah. But then I've still got obviously I got stuff. I'm a victim of Hot Shot, and so I've got a couple books on that list, and then I've had some figures from another character from some other store 3 years ago, some Mandalorian character Star Wars Black figures I bought for my sister that I never got, and that shop's just shut down.
Rob, the commission from Heroes Con 2024 that you were after with the artist that you were already getting like a runaround before Heroes Con, have you got
2023? Okay, yeah. No, so that one I saw the artist. He posted. I don't have it in my hand yet. I have pictures of it though. I saw him drawing it live. He was doing he did a live Instagram feed the other day where he was drawing it. And then he completed all the ink work and then was doing some color on it. And he sent me a picture of the final product. I just don't have it yet. That was probably within the past week. So
okay. I'm curious about that one because you've got the runaround on that one for a little while.
That one was weird because it was like, I was on the list for commission, his Heroes Con commission list. Before Heroes Con, we had exchanged all the information about what I wanted. He was gonna, rather than wait for me with a blank, he was gonna use one of his blanks to have it done ahead of time, and then didn't have it done when he got there, and then throughout the entire con each day, I should have was complaining about how slow it was, but then didn't get it done while he was there. It was
like it's slow, but you're not doing my harm.
Right. And now I've talked to him. Yeah, I heard him talking to somebody else.
Annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah, he was there.
During the
one thing not doing it, but actively complaining that it's too quiet at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, that he was like,
it's so quiet. Wait, no. His words were like, it's so quiet, but at least I'm going to get a chance to do some of my commissions.
Just rub that salt into the wound a bit more.
So it's funny. They didn't get it done, right? And it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Mail it to me, blah, blah, blah. During the live feed, I saw him when he was drawing it. I heard him. Somebody asked him about, are you taking commissions? And he goes, well, my commission list is open, but he said, to be very honest right now, it's like an 8 to 12 month wait time. And it's like, okay, cool. At least you're being upfront with somebody that.
That's a quick turnaround time. What are you talking about?
Was this initials DP?
Yeah. He told so. Yeah. I just didn't want to say any names today.
Remember you telling me a story.
I want to hear. Oh, sorry.
Go.
I want to hear the names that Scott was dropping in the chat. He's talking about artists that
He's actually talking about this. He's talking about the same artist, actually.
Oh, okay. And I do know who it is. 8 to 12 months.
And
Yeah,
it seems like
8 to
everybody's
12
getting their
months.
books back.
8 to 12 months is nothing in the commission game.
Well, that's what's up. Everybody, you just saw it right there. Just saw it right there.
I got a Chris Marinan that I'll pick up at the end of this month. He's doing a commission for me, a Hobgoblin commission that he's gonna. He did a Green Goblin for me about a year ago. Now he's gonna do He's doing a Hobgoblin that he's gonna have ready for me at San Jose Con when I go there to pick it up in 2 weeks. So that'll be cool.
Kern Hobgoblin?
Oh wow, you got one that's going on 4 years. Wow.
Damn, 4 years.
My record is 7 years.
7 years for a commission?
Mm-hmm.
And you got it.
I ended up getting
Big
three pieces.
Right.
So he went above and beyond, and
Okay.
Yeah,
that's one of the artists, series that I do on my channel. That's one of the ones I'm hesitating doing about the most, because I don't want to focus on the whole negative long time thing. I'd rather go on the end result that, I ended up getting like 3 pieces out of him and all that sort of stuff. But you still want to tell the story too. So
Well, tell the story, but say, in the end, he went above and beyond, did some extra stuff for me. And, I felt like in the end, I'm fine.
Yeah. And he's a very, very popular artist, especially with BTC at
7 years.
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah,
7 years.
That's not bad. You could.
What was the original?
You could say, when we originally started planning for this, I was 33 and now I'm 40. I'm not even late 30s. I'm 40 years old. I'm not even in the same decade anymore.
A little bit of a decade ago.
I'm
not into that character.
That's actually not too. That's not too far from the truth.
You should get one of those books that goes back to that year where it tells you like how much a gallon of milk was, or like how much a gallon of gas was. Or, like,
it would be great
when we started this. Gas was $2 cheaper than it is now.
Hey, Remy, no, it'd be great if he started it, if he got the book or he started the commission in the 1990s, so he could say, "Well, last century."
Right. No, what would really suck if it was like a character that he was into, and for some reason he fell out of love with it in that time frame, and then he got it back, and it's like,
It was Spidey 2099, so
Oh, okay, you got people you can get rid of, Rob, right?
Well, hey, he's back. Everybody's a 2099 fan now, so
I've always been.
It just took a while for the people to come around.
To catch on. That's
Hey, I bought 2099 when it came out.
I'll tell you this: I am at the point as I am beginning to juggle and play games with wall management lately, with all the obvious pickups I've been picking up as of recently, and then some of the stuff that's going to be coming back. Some of the Heroes Con stuff. This will be coming back from grading and stuff. I am actually at the point where my 2099 might have to come down off the wall.
What?
I know it's kind of hard, but it's been up there for a long time.
Ken Lashley cover.
That's an adorable one.
It's a really cool cover.
That is.
I sort of have no interest in reading it though.
It's a great read.
It wasn't a very good storyline.
No, that's what I hear. But, it's cool. I got 18 slabs in a couple of days ago from the Slab Crusaders, and essentially they're all moderns from like the last half a year, and I'm keeping a few of them, and a lot of them are doubles so that I could flog them on. But I like this one because that's a cool cover, and also I figure they're going to use kind of 2099 again, aren't they? I mean, it's good. Yeah. I had the original.
I don't see what the
way back in the day.
The Toy Biz variant.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. I think that one's special or something.
It's rare and expensive.
It's not white.
That's the original.
That's the only one I knew. I didn't even know there was a white one until probably YouTube.
Yeah, well, and like I said, it's pretty rare.
The toy.
Yeah, because it
Came with
had
a
come
toy,
with
right?
Yeah, it came with it. So it was packaged with a toy, Spider-Man 29 and an action figure. It came out 9 years after Spider-Man 2099 was released initially.
Oh wow!
And it was sold exclusively at Toy Biz toy stores. So that was a toy store that was in the shopping mall. And by the time it was released at Toy Biz toy stores, that was around 2000. Malls were in their dying days.
Yeah.
So you had already, not a lot of traffic going, a very small distribution, and you had people didn't really know who the 2099 figure guy was. So aside from a few collectors, nobody was buying it. Most of these things, they were just they'd fall off the rack or they got put in bargain bins and whatnot. And in the books, in order to get the book out to grade it, you got to open up the package. So you have to be a collector who wants the comic but not the toy, or doesn't mind having a loose.
Is it more
doesn't mind
valuable
loose
that
figure.
way?
So here's the thing: like when I bought mine, obviously much later. So I bought mine as a action figure on card with the comic book complete. It was $300 to buy the toy and the comic.
Man.
Okay, so and all day long it was selling for anywhere from $300 to $400. So right there and there you have something that's worth a certain amount of money. Once you split that open to get the book out, obviously the action figure is now worth like $5. So it's a question of what's that comic worth? Well, unless it's a 9.6 or a 9.8, it wasn't at the time anyways. It was,
not valued.
worth maybe it wouldn't be worth all that much. So only the 9.6 and 9.8s were going to make it. 9.6 you'd break even, a 9.8 you'd be ahead. So, but you couldn't tell the condition of the book inside the blister pack, so you had to take. It was gambling, and I didn't open mine for almost 6 months before I just couldn't take it anymore, and went ahead and did it. And once I pulled it out, I was super happy to see the book didn't have a single spine tick on it.
What'd you do with the figurine?
The figure is still in the blister package in my comic cave, so it's all still together. I haven't pulled it out. I could put another comic in there, but
yeah, usually the elderly power walk in them.
And Caroline, you're right. For me, it was KB Toys.
What did I say?
Toy Biz. That was the
Toy Biz was the manufacturer. Sorry, KB Toys was the KB Toys was the toy store, whereas the action figure was a Toy Biz action figure.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out!
So I have 17 of these next to me. I bought them in a toy store here for like £2 each. Now it comes with a comic inside. Really want this to go up in value because then I'll be laughing and finally make my money back on the £2 I spent on this.
Hey, DPH, why don't you send me that Jetfire behind you? It doesn't look good anymore.
Yeah, that one I'm keeping.
I'll give you £3 each for each figure.
What I'm really surprised.
That'll make my wife happy. Just get rid of the fucking things.
He's all plus shipping.
Shipping will kill me. Actually, no, for the UK, it's actually works out
pound
a bit better.
I was curious.
The pound versus the Aussie dollar is like way worse than the American dollar.
Yeah.
But the shipping actually works out like cheaper. So it's actually it's sort of a bit of a give and take.
If I ship £3 from here to there, it's going to cost a lot more than what I would like. I got to keep it right under £2.
Oh, where you can use first class mail instead of the parcel.
Yep.
Yeah. I was curious what I never see in all this comic book collecting stuff. I never see anybody show off a collection, graded or raw, of the original Masters of the Universe comic books that came with those character the
Yeah.
figures.
Oh, the little
the mini
square
ones.
books.
Yeah, the little mini
mini
books.
ones.
I used
I
to have
love
a
those
heap of
levels.
them.
I have a
I
couple.
never
of them.
see them anywhere.
Nah.
No,
I had a
I
heap
don't
of them
see.
as a kid.
They're at my mom's house. I got a couple of them. I don't think they're in good condition at all, but I have a couple of them.
I think you've shown a couple before, Remy. I think.
I have a
the
story
small
time.
I know I
think
had
so.
I had the book and tapes, like the bigger ones. I don't know if I had the small
Yeah.
ones though.
That's what I
Oh
have.
yeah, it might have been those ones
I
possibly.
think what if they could put together a collected edition of that? Because I'm sure that there was a
I
story to
think
them.
they did. I think they did, and it comes in a big like
definitely
deluxe
did, yeah.
format. Because it wasn't just He-Man that did that. You know, the first Alien toys that dropped, the Dark Horse comics, they all came with those square comics with each action figure. There was a couple different. I love that gimmick though.
Did they reprint them with the new ones?
The He-Man? I don't think they did. I think they just kept the same box art and stuff like that. Because
You just reminded me of something. Do you guys have Ladybird books over there?
I've seen them, but
Ladybird?
They're a brand of book over here. So like when we were kids, you'd have like He-Man books or Transformers books. which
it's
were
like our
Ladybird
golden.
books.
It's like our golden.
They were prolific over here back in the 80s, and
I see Ladybird Tales, Once Upon a Time Library 24 book collection set for $64.99 on Amazon.
I mean it's the brand though. I mean it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Penguin or Celeste.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I've seen a couple, but like I said, they're rare over here.
That's interesting because you can still get them here pretty easily, and I'll dig some out and send some out for fun because they're great little books. Like you could get like Transformers the movie, for instance, in a Ladybird book, which is a little hardback book, which is just like a few lines of like story, but mainly a giant picture, and that's like proper kids books, and they usually come with a tape as well that you would listen to the plot with. Yeah, it was pretty.
You
cool.
know, it's time to turn the page when you hear Optimus Prime say "roll out" like this.
Sort of.
Yeah. We used to have. Well, we had all the read-along record books or whatever that were like that. That it would have like the record. You put later on it was cassettes, but earlier on it was records and the books. It's like
my favorite.
Follow along with this in your book.
My favorite was a Star Wars one. There was a Star Wars like.
Yeah, you'll notice time to turn the page when R2D2 beeps like this.
Yep.
For Peter Pan, it was Tinkerbell waves her wand like this. Ching.
Yeah. I had a bunch of those.
Right up there with Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Oh, I used to love those.
That was a whole different like greatness right there.
Yeah, different. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I never really got into them because I was a really poor reader up until I was sort of a teenager. So when I tried to read the books when I was a kid, it was too difficult for me to handle. Like I'm dyslexic, and at the time, it just didn't click. Like it's really why I didn't get into comics till I was about 11, 12, because anything before then, I was just like, I don't understand any of this shit. Like,
did anybody have any of those like friends that would pick those adventure books and they would make it to the first ending and they were like, "Yep, I read the whole book. That's it." Page 3.
That's why I didn't like. That's why I liked those books was because the Amazing Spider-Man. There you go, Big Top Mystery.
There we go.
I remember that one.
That's the shit right there.
The only reason I liked those Choose Your Own Adventure books was that they were these short.
Voltron.
They're the short. Why is Hobgoblin on the Voltron?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I like the.
Was it?
I like it when they show those videos of the kids and they're like, "How does the music come out of these?"
What's a cassette? Now that one I do.
Battle on the Snake Mountain.
Great.
I think I have the book that goes with that because I have a couple books that are meant to go with those tapes.
I said at least the choose
Some
your own
origin
adventure.
stories here.
Yeah,
How
there you go.
Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk began.
The choose your own adventure books.
By the power of
They were short enough little clips from page to page. It wasn't like wall of text, so it was easier to read when you had. I mean, at least for me, I don't have a severe issue with reading. It's just enough to be annoying. So shorter pages are fine. But Thundercats, look at you!
I got them all, bro. I got the books in a box over there, but
The only question now is, do you still have a cassette deck to play them?
You know what the funny thing is?
At one point, look, these are cool because it's
Centurions. No way.
But on the back, it's a record your
own story. Nice.
I wonder what I put on this. What did 8-year-old Remy Q put on this?
We need to find out.
Right?
We need to know.
Like, was I going pew 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 pew, or like what?
You don't have a tape.
Remy, there's only one way to find out. Go buy an '81 Buick with a cassette deck.
Or better yet, Chip, send this man a cassette deck quick.
Robot Man.
That would be YouTube gold. That listening to 8-year-old Remy doing voiceovers.
Well, I remember, that was one of the fun things we used to do with a cassette deck. You'd give the kids a cassette deck and a tape, man. We'd make radio dramas.
It would be great if his 8-year-old Remy going, I want to welcome you to my studio.
No, it'd just be 8-year-old Remy shouting, "Lawyer!
Defenders!"
I think I got a little bit of every. Look at this, GoBots.
Oh, GoBots! Now we're talking.
Battle for Gobatron. Oh my God!
The welfare cheese of transforming robots.
Garfield.
Oh, Garfield! Awesome.
The fussy cat.
The very classic Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit. I love the fact that you had this close enough to hand that you could just whip out a stack.
You obviously don't know Remy very well. He has everything close to hand.
He's got everything in a pocket dimension real close.
I had to go run in another room.
Indiana Jones of the Temple of Doom.
I remember that one.
This one, it's seen better days. I definitely listen to this one a lot.
I've seen better days.
Oh, here you go. This was a JLA Superpowers.
Oh, Battle for Apocalypse. Yeah, I kind of want to listen to all of these now.
I when I brought these back with me and I had the books, I had a plan to like make a video about them and like play the tape and everything, but that obviously didn't happen.
I mean, there's no time like the present, right? Like,
Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh,
that's a good one.
I know of one interesting party.
What's up, Seabus?
Hollywood, Florida.
With special commentary by Pink Floyd. What? No.
Right. Flip it over. Get the soundtrack.
What happens if you listen to it whilst watching?
It's a Choose Your Own Adventure Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I remember reading that one. I love those books.
Man, I've been looking everywhere. The Dungeon and Dragon ones are hard to find now.
Mm-hmm. I used to love the ninja ones. The ninja ones were awesome.
Space ones were really good.
Space ninjas were even better.
Space ninjas? No, I never had space ninjas. Get out of here.
Nope.
What was I gonna say?
Fuck, I swear, dude. Just randomly, my lights go out. This freaking. Some people have been claiming that it's.
For you.
Yeah, some people have been claiming that Google Assistant has been. People have been having issues with it doing random shit because they're. They took most of the people who were on the project off and put them onto Bard, which is their AI chatbot. And so there's been a lot of weird shit going on with Google Assistant. And Google Assistant controls most of my infrastructure, my house, my lights, and whatnot. So Either that or somebody next door to me has a remote control that with a similar setting and periodically turns off their lights and it turns off my ceiling fan lights.
Or they found out you're setting, they're just fucking with you. Is
They're
he in the
watching
room
the
again?
screen. They're like, "Doo-doo."
It's weird because it was like do that. I'm like on, also the light goes off. I'm like, what the hell? Or like the other day, I'm like, man, I feel like it's so hot over here. What's going on? And I look up and I realize the fan's not on. I'm like, no wonder it's freaking seems warm. There's no air moving. Either that or I'm looking at pictures of Nick. One or the other. So either way, you get hot and bothered.
Yes.
I need some way to make money off that though.
It's called
Yeah.
OnlyFans, Nick.
Calendar? Are we doing a calendar?
OnlyFans.
Illuminati calendar.
I can tell you right now, I would pay more for that than I did
Those
the
action figures?
the exclusive you just released. I'll stump up more money for a calendar.
Because it turns out that I'm starting to get a burgeoning basketball card addiction now.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no. You're not going into the
Your rabbit
Panini
hole?
stuff, are you?
Well, actually, last week I had bought a box and I was able to get a Wembenyama speckled refractor rookie card.
Anyone
So
know?
that guy
Anyone
is
in
off-
this room?
Yeah,
Well,
mate.
Nope.
I'm probably
Nobody
there
knows what
too.
you're talking about, Nick.
How do you
He's a-
synthesize a malcolated alloy?
Wah, 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 wah.
He's a 7'6" French kid who
It's
plays like
7'5" or 7'6", I can't
who
remember.
plays like a point guard. So he was
What's a
this
point
year's
guard?
number 1 draft pick, and if this card comes back as a 10,
Joey.
I'm potentially
I
looking
actually saw on Instagram they're actually like not doing the sports stuff, but they're actually going to be re-releasing the Marvel Masterpiece set. I'm actually really interested in maybe because I haven't bought any cards for years. I'd love to be able to get a box of that.
So
Because card rips are huge on bloody
Yeah,
on
they are.
shorts and
They're
reels.
fun. They're fun.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like opening a lottery ticket, really.
My problem is you can't really get them in stores anymore. And, I mean, you can get basic basketball and sports stuff, but I mean, nowadays you can't. That's like trying to get Pokemon cards. You got to go online.
Yeah,
I
some
had
of the hobby
one.
boxes.
Can't find it.
But we'll see. That card is
Oh,
at
win.
PCS now, so I'm hoping for a good hit.
I'm trying to think of the last
Might
card.
buy me a
It's a-
Hulk
The
181.
last set of cards that I bought, it was a gag gift from a movie, and it was Desert Storm trading cards. We were looking for the night vision card,
It's just
and I found them in a card shop, and I was like, I can't believe these are real. I paid like $20 for them.
Yeah,
They
dude.
feature just different.
I will. They had all kind. I remember like there was like the drug like the local drugstore. You walk down like on the end cap there were like hats and
Cards.
T-shirts and stuff like Desert Storm and War and like what the hell?
Yeah, there's a reel on Instagram I've seen a few times where the guy's doing card rips for those cards. He's like, Saddam Hussein rookie.
That's hilarious.
Look, I found WMDs.
Right? You got to admire the passion that goes into
Yeah. There was a movie where they had
Desert
Desert
I got
Storm
you,
trading
Joe.
cards, and the guy was like, what are you doing with these? And then his buddy's like, those are collector's items. They're gonna be worth a lot of money one day. And he picked one out, and he's like, night vision goggles. And that literally, I bought a whole box of those just to find night vision goggles as a gag.
Poke and Joe's got the cards they used to leave on the bodies. If you know.
Poke and Joe
I
is
got you,
on
Joe.
the cards.
I already gave it to him.
Oh, I already got it. Cool.
Yeah, when I said I got you,
Yeah,
Joe.
Poke and Joe is on those cards.
All right, fellas, I gotta go pick up the wife. I'll probably be back.
Do you though?
I do.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got to get his reps in.
I gotta go. You know, I gotta walk and do legs at the same time. So
All right. Oh, device disconnected.
all right, I was waiting for Joe to come so I
I
can.
thought we
I'll
were
see you
going to
guys
see
in a bit.
Wang. Oh.
No, his device disconnected.
Mr. Birch.
What's up?
Yeah, there, Justin Birch. He's a clever little bastard.
Yeah, he is.
He's
Timestamp.
He's trying to
He's a clever little bastard.
try to secretly build up a massive comic collection while pretending he doesn't have anything cool.
Oh, he's selling off hot toys like crazy and
Like sells off all his shit. He
his
buys
master
the
Lego
stuff
sets or whatever. He's got
The
the
King.
Titanic.
The King, Mr. Austin LeMay.
Yeah.
That's somebody we miss. Austin, you need to come online, man. We haven't had you on in a while, man. You used to hang out with us. Is it really a secret? Well, it used to be, but then you got an AF-15. Now everybody knows your secret.
Everybody knows.
He revealed it too
Yeah,
soon.
that would be a clear indication. He's a
There we go.
What's going on, Joe?
What's going on, fellas? Had a little technical difficulty.
It's another man that got my vote for the CBC.
Well, thank you. You got mine too for comic book reviewer.
That's what I gave you?
Oh,
You guys are competing with each other.
Are they?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I put Pocan Joe for anything. I think I had Evil Layer Projects on there, but I don't think I had Pocan Joe on there. I feel bad about that now. Maybe I did. I wonder if they said, can they send you a verification? Can I go back and check?
I was actually
just fill out another one. You got a couple hours left.
I was trying to think about somebody that actually reviewed books, but a lot of different books and not just Marvel, DC. But I do use Joe. He sold me on Hellcat, and Hellcat was fire, man.
yeah.
Which reminds me, as long as we're here, let's remind everybody, don't forget, if you haven't yet, for some strange reason, you have mere hours to fill out your form on the cbcawards.org. Cuts down at the end of the day. Now, whether that's East Coast or West Coast, we don't know. You could have very, very little time. Or you could have a couple extra hours, but don't gamble.
That'll be
it now.
Real time.
It could be Australian time, and you already missed your chance.
Well, it would have already ended.
Yeah, that ended. That shit ended like 14 hours ago.
That's right. So if you're in Australia, so it means if you're in Australia, you're not allowed to fill out your form.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count. It's going to be upside down anyways.
Oh my goodness.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good. I kind of opened up my mouth and I got myself stuck in something.
Uh-oh. You volunteer for something?
So every year the VA Hospital National holds a, what is it called? It's called the National Veterans Art Competition. So I was drinking.
As Joe one usually does.
With some vets. And they were talking about the competition, how nobody from our area, from our local hospital here ever enters. And I was like, I'll get something done in no time, no problem. And they were like, let's see you do it. And I was like, no, I'm just kidding. And they're like, no, you said no. And I was like, so I got 72 hours to make a metal statue in a ring. Starting tomorrow. And submit it.
I believe
you know what you're doing tomorrow.
I mean, if it helps, I believe in you.
Yeah, me too. If anybody can do it, I know it's you.
If anything, I think you need to drink a little bit more.
Wait a second,
Ryan.
To
Started
quote,
right now.
To quote from a TV show I like to throw out there every chance I get, Gallivant, I super believe in you.
Double dog dare.
Ultra.
Double dog dare. Triple dog dare.
So what I'm thinking about
Plus
King Richard in the show, he's got a little bearded lizard that he thinks is a dragon that he named Tad Cooper, and he's like, "Oh, I super believe in you, Tad Cooper." Of course, then you had the dwarf giant. There's a big fight between the dwarf giants and the giant dwarfs that were both the same size as normal people.
So, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. So tomorrow it looks like I think what I'm going to do is I don't know if anybody remembers, but I made that little statue for
the Crow.
DJ Links. Yeah. I think I'm going to do a take off of that, make another one, and give it a golden crown. Make it a solid body, and for the ring, I'll probably just do a Hydro ring, just carve out an octopus with a skull on it. cast that in Nordic gold because I make everything out of Nordic gold.
Right, and glow powder.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I need the glow powder.
That's a good idea. Everything makes life better glowing in the dark.
That's
Especially
right.
when you have 45
I was
pounds
gonna
of
say
glow
when you have
powder.
a pallet of it in your storage, yeah.
Might as well use it.
Yeah.
If Joe could figure a way, it would be a condiment that would be served with every meal.
Yes.
I was
Salt
gonna say,
shaker.
is the stockpile at least gone down a little bit, or you still have like
Joe's-
way too much?
Joe's gonna start AOKing just stacks of glow powder to people.
Actually, Joe's next step will be is the evil heir will start building those things for when people steal people's packages, and instead of glitter
Yeah.
bombs, they're going to be freaking glow powder bombs that go off.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Get him at night.
You're gonna see
Walking
him at
around
night,
at night,
and you're
you're
gonna be
like,
like
"Yeah,
walking down the
yeah."
street. Oh, look, you didn't wash it all off. I know who's
Yeah.
the porch pirate.
I don't need any night vision now. I got you.
Got
I don't know
your
if
ass.
have you seen
Yeah,
any of those
you.
DVH?
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Yeah. That guy he actually makes a that guy, he worked for NASA for a while, but now he makes he does like science kits, you can like it's like a loot box or something with different science stuff in it. Really smart stuff.
Yeah, we have a place here called Raft. It's resource air something for teachers, and what essentially it is like all these businesses and stuff. They'll donate a bunch of with some of it's extra office supplies like staplers and paper or whatever, but some of it's just like restaurants might have like, oh, you know what, we don't need, we got brand new trays, and so here's 400 trays, and here's a bunch of all kinds of stuff. And so some of it you can just go down the aisles and like, oh, if you're a teacher or like as a scout leader, I could go in and you could buy stuff. Is like, here's a blue bag, you fill that bag with stuff for like $1, and because sometimes it was a promotional, some of it was just useful. Like I have a stapler that's just a stapler, but some of the stuff they also made these kits, and so they like you're going to build a rubber band powered car, and here's a bunch of tongue depressors and this and that and the other thing, and here's how you do it. So it was perfect as a Cub Scout den leader. You go in there, you pick up a kit for $10. It had 10 identical sets and the instructions, and you set it down, and you could tie it into some kind of science project or something.
Yeah.
It was great fun.
Yeah. Those things are always fun. I always like those little challenges like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I guess actually here, my stapler was $2, I guess.
If it was just red, you could sit here and go, where's my stapler?
Right. But it was a great place to be able to, for those types of things to get stuff. Or we did genius kits were always my favorite, where we just go get a bunch of random stuff, like round cutouts from freaking hole saws and stuff, and you fill up like for the whole Cub Scout pack, you'd get like 30 grocery bags and fill it with like virtually identical stuff, just random things. And then the kids basically, you had like at the next pack meeting, you had to build something. You could only use what was in the bag and duct tape or whatever else, and that was it, nothing else. And so they'd have to come up with, what am I going to build with these odds and ends? And it was always interesting.
Like
Challenge
a
your
very
brain.
creative Cub Scout master, not like Mike. I think we whittled soap.
Well, yes, you whittled soap because that's the safe way to teach you how, with a plastic knife. It's the safest way to teach you how to initially to.
Do they even make knives out of plastic? I wouldn't.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Of course, now here in California, they're probably made out of potato or something.
Paper.
You ever bought a Play-Doh kit? They come with them plastic knives.
I don't know the knife. I'll tell you this. So all the utensils and stuff that I have here for the disposable utensils, they're either compostable, made out of some kind of vegetable-based matter to make a, or they're wood.
Yeah.
So they're all, I don't actually have any plastic utensils around here anymore, but
I can send you some. Do you want me to?
Right.
You know what? I don't use them. I use metal ones. So, because I want it to work. Or I'm at a barbecue, I eat with my hands because I'm at a fucking barbecue.
Sometimes I'll take out a plastic spoon and then I'll mix up whatever I'm mixing up and then I'll throw it away. And then I take another plastic spoon and I mix it again and I throw it away. And I take a third one out and then I serve with that, throw that away, and then we each get a new spoon to eat it. It's perfect. It's a perfect system.
It's America.
10 plastic spoons per student.
All go to the
Perfect. Perfect.
Served on a don't forget the styrofoam plate though.
Yeah.
No.
Double styrofoam plate.
Yeah.
I actually like styrofoam plate for the stability, but then I use the paper plates on top, and then you can just throw those out at will.
Why not the plastic ones?
Ooh, like the hard. That's big money though. That's
A lot of plastic bags.
Yeah, that's an
big
investment there.
garbage bag.
You've just reminded me. I think we might be the only country that does it, but we put a lot of our takeout in styrofoam containers, and they fucking melt like every time because they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
we don't do that here in Virginia.
You do that there?
Yeah, DoorDash.
We used to. We don't get styrofoam here in California anymore. It's all paper-based and stuff. But
We do here.
We do.
actually, you know what? I think if I went to Smart and Final, I could get them, but they actually cost more than it does for me to get like the paper-based ones, so that are compostable.
Yeah.
Because I just picked up a bunch of clamshell ones for the barbecue because I was like to tell people, since I always prepare way too much food, I always like to then have people, hey, want to take some to go? And here you go. Here's a to-go container.
The
You don't have an
to-go
excuse.
usually is that styrofoam, but I remember when they had that at like McDonald's and stuff. And you
Oh, yeah.
could get a little styrofoam thing.
Come
for
on,
your
man. I
burger.
grew up with the
It was like a
DLT. where you
yellow
had-
and brown design on it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but the
Dude,
McDLT, which was like two different sides, the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
you could like
Yeah.
bite it and then see the imprint of your teeth on it. I mean, not that I ever did that. Or
It's all good. How you doing, Mark?
Good. It came in right at you talking about grabbing something by the clamshell.
Mm.
And putting meat in your mouth.
Leaving your teeth marks on it.
There you
Eating
go.
meat with your hands.
Yeah.
Fun fact, they make some sort of plastic straw out of the pits of avocados. Interesting. Well, I don't do much with avocados. I think, I know I'm from California and I'm
I was
supposed to be
just
all
going to say
about
you're
the
from
avocado.
California.
I know. I don't like avocados.
They're
They're
lined up with pitchforks outside your door right now.
I do not like them. And I'll tell you, half the the only avocados though you want to eat are the ones from California. You don't want the ones from Mexico. Half the ones from Mexico are actually are on farms that are run by the cartels. The cartels have diversified, and they took over a lot of the avocado industry in Mexico. And so it's actually, when you buy Mexican avocados, it's a good chance that you're actually supporting the drug cartels.
Well, the mafia does the same thing with.
Well, we get in trouble for buying drugs to support them. How the fuck are we supposed to support them,
I
right?
know. We got to support them somehow.
I get a case of avocados every time.
That's the best way I know of. Now you're ruining
Got
that.
an economy together.
I'm just saying that there's no need to have your avocado toast. You can live like a real person and put peanuts on it.
You
Veggie
think
boy.
for 1 second I'm going to go to the Mexican restaurant and not get the guacamole casero? You're crazy.
Well, I don't know. Ask them where their avocados are sourced from.
I don't give a shit where they get them from. They probably buy them from across the street.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have a conversation with them. I just want to eat and leave.
Yeah.
So I watched the
You'll probably
recently
say, I
released,
don't know.
Well, that's what I do.
The Cisco truck brings them.
When
Brought
I
it.
sit there, I'll ask them, hey, when they bring me if I'm ordering salmon, hey, where's your salmon from?
Do me a favor, Rob. Check the tag of your shirt.
Ocean.
And find out where that came from.
It's ocean.
Well, no, they tell me it's Atlantic farmed salmon. I don't want it.
You probably have Sweatshop Farm shirt on right now.
Absolutely, I do.
I'm all about kids working.
I got to learn a trade.
Good
They
job.
make
Otherwise, they're
money.
just gonna-
Yeah.
I mean, what age did you start at? I started at early.
I think it's actually just made in Vietnam. But
Yeah, I definitely wasn't working in a sweatshop or anything like that, but I was cutting the grass and doing stuff to try to get $10 a month from an early age. And I held a job by the time I was in high school. You know, like I would leave school a couple of days a week and work weekends at the LCS and stuff.
So you actually had it worse than them. At least they have a shop with a little fan in it.
Yeah, there was air conditioning in the LCS. This wasn't very far removed from there actually be smoking in the comic shop too. Because I grew up in a time when you go in the comic shop and Miss K would be behind the counter, hitting the cigarette, putting it on the ashtray, then grabbing your books. You know.
You said you grew up in it. Has that stopped?
Yeah, they don't smoke in the LCS.
They all
Miss K
vape
moved
now.
to Florida years ago.
Not much.
Yeah.
I remember smoking in buildings. I mean, I didn't do it, but I remember when you could.
Didn't bite the styrofoam, didn't smoke in the buildings.
Yeah, I do remember
smoking on the
in
plane.
buildings.
Yep.
There's always there's a magical barrier that stopped the smoke.
Yeah, I appreciated the smoking sections and the non-smoking sections. You definitely can't smell it one booth over.
Yeah, well, in California we stopped that far earlier than most states, but I remember all that. Hell, now they get around here.
Wasn't that long ago, you know what I mean? It still blows
Well,
my mind.
insert
Like
in your
adults now, that is a whole generation that never experienced stuff like that. It just blows my mind.
right. Well, because certain states didn't do that until recently. For
It was over 10 years ago here easily, but it still doesn't seem long ago. A decade doesn't seem that long to me.
In California, it's been like 30 years.
Y'all just changed out what y'all were smoking. That's all y'all did.
Because I remember when I was 16 and smoking, that was around that time that you could no longer smoke indoors in bars. Even everybody had to go outside. Actually, no, I think bars was the only place. It wasn't until like about another 5 or so years after that, then bars became a place you couldn't smoke either. And
that's crazy.
And now it got to the point where now you can't smoke within 25 feet of a common or a public entrance.
I think in Houston it was like 20.
And I think if you have an apartment and you have shared ventilation, you're not allowed to. You can't smoke in your apartment.
It was 2007 here, which meant
same here. The only place you could was the casino.
Yeah, same. Pretty sure.
But then they got rid of that about 5 years after that. You couldn't even do it in the casino anymore.
I was a smoker for quite a long time, but 2007. So let's say I started smoking when I was 12, and finished, I don't know, way after 2007. It was a weird transition because you used to be able to just smoke wherever you wanted, and then the next day you weren't allowed to smoke inside anything, especially in a pub, which is like when you've grown up with it being sort of like the place you'll smoke. It's really odd.
Yeah, I remember going for my cousin's wedding. I remember traveling out to Chicago, and I was there with another cousin of mine from California, and we were there. We started to get up during the rehearsal dinner night or whatever. We got up and we started to walk outside, and somebody from Chicago, where are you guys going? So we're gonna go have a cigarette. No, you're in a bar. You can smoke in here. And we both looked at each other for a second, like we're inside of them. Yeah, no, we're still gonna go out front. We feel better when we're outside. I want fresh air when I'm smoking.
Makes sense.
What the fuck?
I know, being a cigarette smoker, I made that mistake. Like during the transitional phase, like I remember like one time I was allowed to smoke there one day, and then I came back and I lit up a cigarette thinking I could still smoke there, and they were like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." Like, there's a couple of those moments. I don't even know if you can still smoke in bars here. Technically, I think maybe you can here in Colorado.
Here they have to have a separate section that's ventilated off.
Yeah, I
have some sort of special like filtration system or something.
They got to make kind of accommodations for that, because there is a time and place for everything, even smoking inside, and a bar is definitely one of those places.
There's no accommodations for it here.
Yeah, it's a blanket rule here. It's outside. Like you can be in like the garden area with like an over cover thing. So that's like what happens.
My mind said it should be up to the business. You know what I mean? If people don't want to spend their money there because of that, why is it not up to the business? I mean, they pay for the business license. Right. They pay their taxes. Why the fuck is anyone telling them so
Oh,
they can do their
shit.
business.
Is this real? Does this happen?
The reason that they use out
Right.
here is because the employees don't have a choice.
The employees do have a choice. They
Not
went there and applied for the job.
Go to the
I can understand if they were working there and they made that the rule. We're smoking in here now, and you're going to take a secondhand shotgun right now to get the job.
Hey, man, check the private chat real quick.
Oh, why'd you do that, Joe?
How you doing, Austin?
Very good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. That's
Hey,
a great shirt you have on there too.
You like that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I found it at a thrift store.
We all got them.
Half price.
Good job on that cover for Saul.
Hey, thank you very much.
What is
Yeah, I don't have
what
the
is
official
drawing next
music
to
because
you,
I was
Austin?
told that we would be dinged with it. I do have that clip though. Somewhere. Hold on. Here.
No, you're
It's the Remy Q bass boosted exclusive cut right there.
Yeah, I like the remix.
Hell yeah. I asked DJ, I was like, you mind if I change your music? He's like, "Pfft, you have to ask Pimp. And I was like, nope, already did it. I just want to make sure. I didn't want there to be a stink about this, but I'm changing the music. I still have the slash sounds in there. I added a couple cannon drops.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. I noticed that.
Flawless victory.
So while we're on the topic, fun fact, this will be made available at C3.
Ooh.
So that's the original art for the cover.
That's awesome.
what's
Nice.
next?
Scott, if you're still here,
I
start
was gonna
saving your
say-
ducats now.
I was going to say Scott's definitely in the
He's
front
already
runner for
got
that.
it. Yeah, it's no fun when Scott's
Well,
around.
just how much you want for it. We can take care of this right now.
No.
Scott's here then.
Yeah, Rob, drop the link.
I'm not trying to go all the way to C2 just to pick up one thing, man.
No.
It's fine because you're going to have to keep going to C3.
Yeah,
C3.
exactly.
C3.
C3 2023, baby.
C2 ain't going to cut it.
Gotta go one step up.
We want comics to cure cancer, not just comics to cure something.
Yeah, I do like that Austin announced that early because that gives some of us time to maybe squirrel away some attempt money at it.
That's right.
Sometimes it feels good to be outbid too.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be a part of making someone else pay more. That's awesome. Thank you, Austin.
But I heard you summon me, Rob, so I had to show up.
Oh, I like the. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had you hang out with us for a bit.
Yeah, I miss you guys.
I know that you're a super busy man. Muy importante.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big deal, I guess.
Yeah. A legend in his own mind.
It sounds like some shit I would say. It really does.
I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of a big deal
Uh,
in my mind.
Everyone, come see how good I look.
Here, tell me more about how great I am.
I mean, for a little bit, you were competing with Beckerman for no content and the most streams, and then he had to cave and started doing content with Alan Rue, and so now you've stolen that title, sir. So
Yeah, I don't think he
congratulations.
Caved. I don't think he caved. I think he sold out.
Baby, it's not selling out if you're buying in.
I asked him what Alan had on him. I don't know if he's got like some sort of naked pictures of him or something. I don't know what's going on, but somehow
he
he
was,
roped him into that deal.
He
He's
was a
holding.
diehard, no content guy.
Yeah.
overnight. He just he sold
Now
out or
he's in-
bought in, one of the two.
I think Allen stole all his Speedball ones and holding them hostage.
That's unforgivable.
Yeah. But so I've been doing your best to stay in decent temperature there in the depths of the desert.
I've been staying inside. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was talking
you
to
step outside and fry instantly.
Oh, it's too much. I was talking to a few guys last night, and my pool water is almost 90 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah. So my mom says, like, because my parents are in Palm Desert, so they talk about, like, you never cover the pool because you want the heat to escape, and you've got to go swim in the morning, because anything after 10 a.m. it's too fucking hot, either to be outside or to be in the water. And the other thing my mom told me is, like, the weirdest thing is, imagine living in a house where during the summer you don't have cold water because your pipes can only be as cool as the outside air. And
so usually I wake up in the morning and I turn on the cold water, and if you're not quick enough, it goes away. There is no cold water.
Yeah. That's a trip.
Yeah, and I don't know about the weather in Palm Desert, but Palm Desert is, I think, like 3 hours from me.
Yeah, it's like 115.
Yeah,
like that.
I get up, I go out around 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's already 98 degrees.
Yeah, it's been warmer where you're at than it is where they're at. But my mom bitches if it gets below 90, it's too cold, and she's got to put on a sweatshirt.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it gets into like the low 70s, and I'm in a sweatshirt.
Yeah, well,
my blood is thin.
Whereas I thought it was hilarious. There was a map up earlier the other week of the U.S., and it was like all these temperatures, 190, 100, something else, and then there was San Francisco is 66 degrees.
You bastards. Yeah, unfortunately, though, we see a lot of news reports like the homeless and the elderly.
Yeah,
they're just dropping like flies.
Yeah, especially the elderly that moved out there and are on fixed income and can't afford the air conditioning or to run their air conditioners much. I mean, that's where you really need to be in those situations. Need to be doing, like, you have a group of friends and, okay, we're going to go over to your house today, and just cycle at people's houses. So you're only running your air conditioner. You have a group of people, play some cards, whatever, and hang out together.
Or just don't pay the electricity bill. I'd rather be bankrupt and alive than dead.
Yeah, that
just sounds like the worst to me. That sort of heat is mad.
No, the worst would be is if it was that hot where Joe lives, because then it'd be hot and humid. At least where Austin's at is dry heat.
So where I'm at, we were having kind of a different type of heat wave here. It gets to about 90 degrees, but then the humidity is about a good 68 to 75%. So
sounds like Melbourne weather.
Yeah, people have trouble breathing here. Like, they just.
It's a true story. The coldest winter I spent was the summer in San Francisco.
Dr. Von Hu, pleasure to meet you.
And you, bud. I love your work. I have to say,
it's worse. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say I love your work. It's amazing. I've already pre-ordered the exclusive because why wouldn't I? It's really banging.
I appreciate.
But also, it's just nice to be on a stream with you because I don't stream that often. Like it's a little bit more.
That's right. You're a pseudo celebrity now, brother.
Yeah. Everybody knows Dr. Von Hu.
Look at this. What's this little thing that you get to live for now? Keep building your social media now, because it's nothing greater than to tell your teenage girl that you've got dad has a bigger social media presence than you.
Yeah, that will be funny. Whenever that kicks in.
It drives mine crazy.
My daughter, since she's moved back here, she's making friends, being the social butterfly, making a bunch of new friends and everything. And they're always talking about social media. And she makes the mistake of saying, well, yeah, my dad's on YouTube. she never talks about the review channel. She always talks about the Evil Lair. She's embarrassed.
The cool channel, not that nerd channel.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
And every time and then they, of course, those friends tell other kids or whatever. I don't think any of them have subbed me or anything. It's more like a conversational piece with them. And she says she regrets that now. Because like she'll show up and they're like, "Hey, what's your dad making next? Can we come by and make something? You know, can he make this?" You know, she's like, "I hate it."
It's just like all the rest of us. Hey, what are you making next, Joe? Can you make this? What if you built this?
You're supposed to be my friends.
That was crazy.
Hey, is your dad home?
Can your dad come out and play?
Is your dad home? What's he
Can he
building?
build
in the
me a
garage?
rocket?
Can we watch him?
Can you build me a big skateboard?
It's so funny because like a couple
The
of guys are in the
Switchblade.
Navy. I live right outside the world's largest Navy base. A couple of them are Navy kids, and they're like, "So it's still like, what's up with your dad? I see he's a veteran," and they're like, "Yeah, he's a retired Army Ranger," and they're like, "I gotta meet this guy. I gotta meet this guy." It's like, oh my God, no! Do not bring them by. I do not like them.
I don't think there's any hope for this, but we'll ask. Joe, T-Dubs wants to know if you can make him cool.
You know, I
It's
got you,
already
brother.
cool.
I got you, brother.
Just gotta
What
get
you do
close.
is you go over to my merch shop and you get yourself one of them Evil Lair shirts.
Yeah.
With
some
Roscoe's
coffee.
drawing on it. Bam, cool.
You can drink some coffee brand coffee while wearing it.
While wearing it.
Mhm.
All of a
And
sudden,
you
the
have to
chicks will
listen
be
to
all
a
over
Joe
you like,
review.
Coffee brand coffee. It's my favorite.
People will start accidentally calling you Pocanjo. That's how that
Cut-
shit works.
Cover yourself in glow powder and blow some shit up, and then you'll be right.
Take those ashes and make that into something else.
That's what I'm going to cosplay at the next con is Pocket Joe and the Evil Lair.
Like a welding apron. And,
Careful, they
Yeah,
may not
we'll have
have
the
you.
goggles
With a
on.
hammer.
and a blowtorch.
Yep. And then when people
Well,
walk up to me, I'll take out a bag of glow powder, just throw it in their face. And
Oh, watch out.
Pocket powder.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can still see you.
Someone say coffee brand coffee. I'm drinking it.
How are you doing,
Yeah.
Chip?
Trademark.
Very good, very good. How you guys doing
now
today?
it's a party.
Yeah.
It feels like an old banter now with
Yeah.
Chip and Austin and yeah.
feels like home again.
Damn, Austin, get a haircut. What the fuck, motherfucker?
I need to start drinking. I might get drunk. I don't know. What.
Jeez, look at that hair.
I think Austin looks good with his
Thank you for
Chip,
bringing
how
that
you
up,
doing, man?
because you know what? I invariably always have problems with people with long hair. And,
He's usually wearing a hat.
Do
See,
you?
bro?
Of course I do.
It's probably always been that long.
Except
He's
for
just
Mark.
usually got a hat on
Mark
backwards.
is Mark is different, but everybody else,
Yeah, everyone keeps telling me that, Rob.
Mark
Thank
looks
you.
like that Friday morning and then Saturday nights.
Yeah.
She's pulling his hair out.
Yeah, but I'm 45 years old and I've been growing this since I was 16.
Yeah,
It's gonna come in one day. I believe.
one day.
Yeah, most
Baby,
people
baby faced
Will come.
assassin.
after every time I'm on a stream, I go shave. And then
Super glue.
I
Super
shaved,
glue.
I shaved 3
Imagine.
times during.
I keep a silhouette of Rob in the mirror so that I can like try to imagine one day.
Yep.
get a stencil.
Yeah.
Stencil,
Right.
get some of that Christmas snow stuff, and just
I did have somewhere. I actually have a picture. You're like, was at a hotel, drinking some coffee, and they had freaking mustaches, the curly mustaches on the cup as a picture.
That's good.
Go to
I
the
do have
town.
bag clips though that have curly mustaches. We get all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, it's awesome. You guys are all here. Chip, how you been, my friend?
I've been doing wonderful, guys. Been doing wonderful. How you all doing?
Well, we're learning all these new features you've been throwing in StreamYard, but
Well, you know, try to keep you guys on your toes.
I don't understand the green room. But hey, whatever. There's no marijuana in there. I don't
Well, they
get it.
also have they have that
They'll
beautiful
come here.
filter or whatever
Roll
whatever
There
that
you go.
filter is.
Yeah, I do like that you added the feature where you can chat from StreamYard now, even if it's not your
Touch
own.
up my
stream.
appearance. That's
Yes. Yay.
Unless you're an admin on the channel, then you can't.
Then you can't.
And you can finally highlight the milestones that people put in the chats as well, because you never used to be able to do that either.
But if
What
you're in a chat and you're able to chat, it uses your real name and not your YouTube name.
That throws me off every freaking time. I'm like, am I going under my real?
Yeah, because if I go in and even though it shows like my Fat Stacks logo and stuff, if I'm from within StreamYard and I type on any channel other than my own, it comes up as Rob Morse as opposed to Rob Fat Stacks.
Yeah, mine does too. It's like the Mike Moore. What the hell?
Yeah, it's like ugh.
I put Remy Q as my actual name for everything, anyways. So
fair enough.
I mean, I already use my actual name, so
yeah, YouTube, YouTube, StreamYard, everything thinks my name is Legion of Comics because that's how I put it in everything.
I guess it's because it's all tied to my Google account, which is on my
Google thinks my name is Legion of Comics.
I haven't received a birthday and or Father's Day card in the last 2 years that didn't say Remy Q baby on it.
Nice.
Hey,
Well, they always have the baby on it.
When I sent you the bear, it had your legal
What's
name
up,
on it.
Bigby?
That's why you didn't open it. You didn't know it was from me.
That's right.
Remy Q, baby.
Yeah.
I had an event not too long ago where I had to jump on a Zoom because the government doesn't use Zoom. We use Teams or some trash like that. And everything through Google is either Evil Air Projects and Build or Pocket. So I pop on this thing real quick without thinking about it on my private computer. And I'm sitting there talking about some banking stuff, going over everything. Finally, I open it up to questions and they're like, yes, what is this Pocan Joe comic review?
Oh, god dang it.
Now that you bring it up, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Yeah.
Hey, and if you're in the mood, buy yourself some coffee and get some cool fresh merch.
Since you mentioned it, let me tell you about my merch store.
And you'll get a free NFC chip with every purchase.
That's why I like hopping on meetings at work. I'm hopping on meetings at work. I got all the comics in the background. Half the time I'm wearing one of my shirts or I'm drinking out of a cup. It's got my face on it, and people go, hey, or when we hop into my Romania meetings every once in a while, and you get like the whole team's wearing shirts with my logo on it. Yeah, forget the company logo. We're wearing Fat Stacks logos all around.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's right.
Yep. There's 2 places I go speak at. There's always been this running joke because I have a card carrier with my business cards in it. In the front, it's engraved the Pocan. That's what it says in there. So there's always been a running joke with the Black brand, which is just a black chamber of commerce, if you will, for our local areas here in Virginia. And I go and speak there a lot. And they've started putting my name tag as the Pocan. Every time.
Okay.
Flash Ray, are you going? You gonna go to San Jose Con? I don't know, man. I am going.
Is that just a 2-day con?
It's a 1 day. It's at a Holiday Inn or something ballroom. It's just local. It's like $10, I think, or $15 to get in, and it's the little hotel ballroom's full, just mostly comics. There's a few like other vendors and stuff there, but it's mostly comics. It's a great little con. I go there. They got. I usually get a few commissions there. Sometimes there's some artists, but what's really weird this year is like they've gone hard on like the 50s TV show kids or something. So I got like 2 out of 3 kids from My 3 Sons. You got Timmy from Lassie's going to be there. You got
that dude's still alive.
Yeah, probably the last time you could see him.
Well, is there a big market for Timmy from Lassie?
And the Beaver's going to be there.
Ooh. Oh my lord!
Jerry Mathers is going to be there.
Mathers, yeah.
From the dog passing away.
And then there was somebody else that they just announced. Some lady. I don't know. I don't remember the show that she was on, but it was another show from that era. But she was also the voice of Firestorm on Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. So at least there was a comic connection.
Firestar.
It's not
Firestar.
Patty Duke, is it?
Firestar.
No.
No. I'll pull it up here a second. San Jose Con.
That voice. I can picture the face. She was at the Virginia Beach Comic Con.
I don't remember any of the voices from there. I remember the cartoon.
What's her name?
Sally Julian, is that it?
No, Kathy Garver.
That's it.
She was also Sissy on A Family Affair.
That's it. Yeah.
Sissy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, there we go.
But we got Chuck Patton coming.
Oh, thank God.
Got Shaw,
Wheelchair.
Walden Wong. Joe Rubenstein's going to be there. Chris Merriman.
Nikki Pancakes will be there.
Nick's Kicks and Comics left when I came in.
Tim
I see how it
Mitchell.
is, man. I'm
had
just
to go
kidding.
pick-
I heard you.
I waited for second video and I had to go.
It's a. I saw you
No,
back there, Nikki. Don't worry, I got you.
Terrible layout.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a weird layout. It looks like Funhouse Mirror. Do
Look
different
how all
shapes
the
and
boys are
sizes.
back. Holy crap!
That's right.
The boys are back in town.
Almost like a
Full house.
almost like an old school banter.
Yeah.
Chip, did you hear me call your name before, Chip? Is that why you're on?
I actually did, and I took care of you.
Okay.
When you
Is
call
Remy
my
is Remy
name-
getting a tape deck sent to him?
I plead the fifth.
Chip will never. Yeah, he will
That's
confirm
amazing.
nor deny.
Is that cassette deck installed in an 81 Buick?
I know exactly. Yeah.
That's a
Exactly.
classic car now, man. That's actually considered a
telling you.
nice car.
A Skylark?
Skylark, yeah, Buick Skylark,
Jumping the old sky.
Crease Classic.
And
All
Mr.
kinds of crazy-
Pocan, did your super secret project arrive where it was supposed to arrive yet?
I have no idea.
Well,
So
you're not
you were
tracking it?
It's top secret.
I gave him the tracking number, right? I dropped that off to him, but then I lost the receipt, and I've been busy because I opened up my big mouth and got stuck on another project. I'm trying to figure that out right now.
You
Okay.
didn't get a phone call from Interpol?
I don't know if he would say to me, but he has
So-
not mentioned anything to me as of yet.
So fun time. My wife had to actually mail it for me. I went with her before I had to mail it.
For legal purposes.
So Mrs. Pocan's on the international watch list now.
Mhm.
Are we talking about the
Not
decorative
yet,
sword?
but she will be.
Is that it? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well,
I
you
gotta
just said
thank
that-
Nick again on that one. I wanted to be super kind of,
Hey, Kyle.
how do we make something for our good friend Ignacio? So I had to recruit a spy, and he went and did it perfect. Even took a snapshot of the entire conversation. So I could go through and just like, I'm telling you, man, you come work for the CIA, man, we'll figure it shit out.
I will interrupt Mark and I will say, nice chest there, sweetheart.
Do you want to sit on it?
Uh-oh.
No, I want
Go
to
on.
ambulate a little higher up.
He wants to teabag it.
Hashtag timeshare.
Timeshare, baby. It's going down. That's the new retirement plan.
That was I
Where's
talked to
the
Austin for
timeshare
about
gonna
an
be?
hour. I talked to Austin for about an hour after last night. That's all I was trying to get him to do is
And maybe after this summer, he'll be ready to get out of Arizona and down here to the sweet heat humidity of the East Coast.
Yeah, sell him
Yeah.
some more on that. Hey,
Yeah.
Austin, would you like to go someplace where you feel like you need to take a shower and then you take a shower and you get out and you feel like you need to take a shower again?
Austin knows all about that.
Austin he's got good air conditioning. We have that over here too. He's acclimated to air conditioner. He'll be fine.
Shop.
Shop.
Hold on, Shop. How you doing, sir?
I watched Shop's video of him unboxing, and all I did was stare at that Spider-Man #1 golden records. Like, I need me one of those.
Watch Barbie today. That was actually good.
Then I look behind Rob. I'm looking at that Spider-Man #1. I'm like, and then I watched Justin Birch's video, and he's unboxing left and right. And
I'm down to only one book now.
yeah, okay.
Is it AF-15?
No,
Number
no, 'cause
three.
that's not
Number three.
amazing. That's not Amazing Spider-Man 1 through
You
100.
can pretend it's not, but it's got to be on the list.
Yeah, you can basically call that Spider-Man 0.
The
Yeah,
nice
it's
thing about
pretty
collecting
much.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 through
Mhm.
100 all slabbed is that AF-15 is not a part of that.
Yeah, but I mean, you can say that just to try to make yourself feel better, but we all know the back of your mind, you're always going to feel incomplete until you actually complete it.
Actually, don't.
I mean, you can say that, but you're only lying to yourself. We're
But
fine
you're
with
not.
that too, by the way, but we believe in you, Rob.
Yeah.
We believe in you.
Yeah, we super believe in you.
Look, if
It's
I stumble
facsimile.
across, don't get me wrong. If I stumble across one at like garage sale or
Yeah.
something for $10 that somebody doesn't realize what they got, yeah, sure, I'll pick it up, no
Yeah,
problem.
that's what we call rationalizing. Yeah,
But
we do the
if you
same
think
thing.
if you think I'm going to spend 5 figures on a comic,
Yeah, we absolutely do, and we look forward to that unboxing video. It's only one hour.
I'm not prepared to do that
Kelly.
yet.
Remember,
You will
it's
be
5
because-
figures if it's $100.99.
Mhm.
Because I've only recently gotten myself to accept the 4-figure realm on a semi-regular basis.
Mhm.
But one day the stars are going to align, and you're going to be like, "That's a good deal. I can just offload 75% of these other slabs that don't mean as much combined as that one book would." I mean, like sentimentally, you know what I mean? Like
Right,
you won't
but I mean, I don't have that to do right now.
yeah, not right now, but the day will come.
Because I don't have that much garbage. I have all stuff that I love. I love it all.
Yeah, but you'll love your AF-15 even more.
Sure. I'll tell you what, Mark. I will go out and do that. You can facilitate selling all these crappy PGX slabs. How about that?
I'll help you with that. I'd suggest using this brand new platform. You might have heard of it. It's called Shortbox.
They won't take PGX.
Enough said.
I only felt sick when I took the money from the bank. I was fine.
Hey, that was on you that became a PGX crusader for a time there.
You know, the books, I don't mind them while they're sitting in my PC. It's just only if I want to try to sell them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know what the funny thing is like the answer to the question, would you trade all of your current books for that one big, huge
Is a no.
out of reach grab?
All of them? Hell no. Hell no.
Yep.
Overwhelmingly no.
Is that top book on everybody's list? Like Mark, would you go after the Superman one? Or?
Yeah, I would trade my entire PC for Action Comics 1. My entire PC. Wouldn't even blink twice, despite the value. Like value comparison. Like wouldn't blink twice because of the opportunity of it alone.
Yeah.
Every single other book in this collection, from my dad collecting all the way down to me, is reobtainable if you live long enough, and Action 1 is not.
I was talking to Nick last night a little bit about this. If you had that book, though, would you have it up on the wall at home, or would it just be hidden away in a bank safe somewhere?
It would have to go in a safe, wouldn't it?
Right.
It's gotta be banked.
Not, I guess not where I live. I mean, like, that would have to depend on where you know what I'm saying? Like, some people might need to do that, some people don't. I wouldn't have to do that here.
Yeah, but I know where you live, Mark.
Yeah, and I'm not concerned about you because you know where I live.
And
Well, what's the price? What's the price on a 0.5 Action 1?
Oh, you're not paying less than $1 million for an Action
It,
One.
it actually doesn't matter whatever the market price is. It won't go for that anyway. It's always
Yeah,
going to be
like,
auction.
I was about to say with the Action 1, there's really like you can look up values, but there's no such thing as an FMV on it because of the way that they circulate. It's not a thing. It's just unless you have if you try to piece together an Action 1 from loose pages, individual pages, it still costs over $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's
just
the highest value book that ever existed and ever will exist. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. Two Rock number 1 is getting up there.
I think when you're talking about on the low end side, based on just, I think you can get in for under $1 million, but not a lot. It's a 6-figure book without a doubt. I mean, but considering that,
how many copies are even known to be out there? Because I think there's one copy that's not graded that's known to be out there. The rest are graded and accounted for that exist. Like there's some out there that aren't accounted for that people have that they've never publicly sold them, but I think is the rocket, what is it called, the rocket issue that has the actual stamped rocket on it. I think that one's raw, isn't it?
I personally think that there's one inside the walls at Rob's house.
A 3.0 was purchased in 2021 for 1.6 million.
That's it for a 3.
Yep.
That's it.
Austin will buy 5 of them.
I think the highest grade on the census in the 7s or an 8, Rob.
I'm not looking at the census. I'd have to go find some place.
It was that Mile High collection that Chuck bought all those years ago. That it was the original buyer. It was like the highest grade pedigree collection that's ever existed, and he didn't bag or board anything. He just bought them, read them, put them away, and because of the climate that he was in was just perfect. The book stayed pristine, and the guy didn't want to grade anything or
where you're at. Holy crap!
All right, so let's see here.
It's another good reason to be in Arizona.
Action Comics 1 census information
or something.
I'll be right back.
Because they got overtaken by that high grade Amazing Fantasy 15 for 5 minutes.
Yeah. And that was a 9.6 AF-15, the highest known grade that exists of it. And then the very next day, like that 3.0 sold, or the rocket issue sold. It wasn't even a banger. Yeah, it wasn't even a banger copy. Yeah.
So Action Comics 1 from 1938, universal grades 44, 1 qualified, and 32 restored, for a total of 77. With the highest grade on census, there's 2 at a 9.4 restored. Universal unrestored. Yeah, unrestored. There are 2 9.0s.
Jesus!
Oh, wow!
Wait.
Crazy. I didn't know that.
9.0? They were unrestored?
They're unrestored, yes. Universal grade, blue label.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's two 9.0s, 2 8.5s.
And if you look at there's a high probability that they wouldn't look like what we expect a 9.0 to look like, depending on when they were graded. Because now when they grade Golden Age books, they don't use the same standard for whatever reason. Like, you're grading them, you're not like grading them subjectively, but now they do grade them subjectively.
The single largest grade pool of grades is at 3.0. There are 8 copies of a 3.0 universal label. Interestingly, when you go to restored, the bulk of the restored are in the 6.5 to 8.5 range.
See, that's a whole nother question, because like the stigmas attached to restoring comics is completely flipped on its head. Like, if you had one, would you restore it?
Or would
if I had a 1.5 or something, given how much, I think it really depends on I don't know what the market on a restored Action Comics is.
If we take the value equation out of it, would you want your book personally restored? And
I got no problem. If I have a low grade and somebody tells me through restoration I can get it to a high mid grade book, I would probably, and money's not an issue on there. It's fine. I might go for it. Depending on how I want my low grade presents.
Yeah, and it brings up the question too of like not just restoration, but top tier restoration is no longer restoration; it's conservation.
Conservation is different than restoration.
That's what I'm saying. When you take restoration up to the next level, like, it becomes conservation. Like, when you know what I'm saying. What's the real difference?
So conservation is if I take a book and I'm like, it has some tears, and I do some I can do stuff that allows me to I don't add anything to the book. All I do is do stuff that prevents it from deteriorating further. That's conservation. If I do stuff, once I start doing stuff like color touch, start doing leaf casting, any of these things where I'm adding to the book, that becomes restoration.
Yeah, I would do both.
So it'd be like
bring this thing up to its full potential.
Yeah, if you put it into car terms, it'd like conservation would be like you find your barn find car and you put a clear coat over it. just the way it is. Preserve all that patina, everything. You're just making it can't get any worse. Versus taking that, sanding it, sandblasting it, having it all repainted with factory matching paint and all the other stuff, which then be restoration.
Yeah, I would go the whole 9 yards with it.
But there you are. Yep, take it easy there, Wilbur.
I don't think I would.
Yeah, well,
I've just been thinking about it. Like, I think I would just keep it as it is and try and preserve that as best as I humanly could, rather than.
It just depends.
Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. Like, if I was posed with the question of, like, I had the book in front of me.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to how does it present right now today.
Yeah, I guess that's the main question.
Nightmare as well, like the legitimate insurance nightmare of having someone work on a book of that caliber.
Well, that's why you're not just having your buddy do it. You're taking it.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that'd still be an insurance nightmare, like with a book of that value.
Yeah, well, part of the cost on something like that you're doing with the company who's doing the restoration, part of that cost is the insurance on there, because they're having to cover it on their insurance or get an insurance writer for that individual book at that time. But yeah, you're not just also taking that book and sticking it in the mail and sending it to them or anything else, right? There's a whole, when you have a book like that, it's a whole different ball of wax from.
Yeah, I'll take a flight and I'll meet you there. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like armed guard territory. That is.
Yeah, yeah. Suitcase and the handcuffs.
That's right. It's Pocan Joe delivery service.
Mm-hmm.
These days,
I would consider
a 30-year-old hipster with a carry-on on an airplane. You just don't even know the difference. Just walking around with Action 1.
Be like the Pendleton group or whatever.
I would only consider swapping out a rusty staple, because if you keep them and they're bad enough, that's just going to hurt the book more and more over time.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, it's not an issue I'll ever have to try to solve.
No, but it's an interesting puzzle to ponder.
Dude, I'd never say never either. Like, never say never, because the best Action comic story that exists is during the recession in 2008, when that family legitimately lost their family farm. The bank got it, and they were clearing out all their property, and they went to go get the boxes out of the attic and found Grandpa's box of comics, and inside of that box was a copy of Action Comics 1 that they then sold and bought their farm back with. So you just never say never.
Yeah. Plus, can you imagine using a comic
unless you live in Australia
collateral on something like?
Yeah,
I have this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like a house, please. What do you have?
It's
yeah.
I like your nicest house. Now that you mention it,
yeah.
I would have kept the book.
My house and that house.
I want the best double wide on the lot, please.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
I want a quadruple wide.
And double high.
Double high, stack them shits.
I want to live in the stacks.
I just pictured Ready Player One.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love
that movie. It wasn't the best movie, but that was a fun movie.
Oh yeah, I'll watch that movie over and over again. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
That thing was nothing but
nostalgia.
nostalgia.
I didn't like Godzilla so much.
Exactly.
When Mecha Godzilla showed up at the end fighting the Iron Giant, I'm like, yo, I have lived. I have lived. Driving to that battlefield in the DeLorean, hanging out the door. I'm like, dude, this is insane.
Still better CG than She-Hulk.
And the Flash.
And the Flash, yep.
Way back. Just the achievement to get all the different franchise like trademarks, and everybody did that for free for Spielberg. Like, that's a story. Like, all those different companies actually like allowed them to use their I wish that happened more often within Hollywood.
Yeah, I would have
like the Hero Bike Racing, Adam West, Batmobile, all getting stopped by King Kong. Like, what is happening? This is amazing.
And you know what I played the other day when I pulled out that emulator and I played Adventure the other day.
Oh wow!
I love Adventure, man. Adventure's great.
I was like, it dawned on me like, It's like, God, it's been so long since I played this. Like, I'm trying to remember the maze. I'm like, I don't remember the patterns. I'm having to like hunt and peck around through the maze, like back like we first got the game.
I love
played
that.
Haunted House recently, and man, that's some hard shit.
Yars
or watched.
Yars Revenge was my jam.
Dude,
Yeah,
Yars Revenge. I love Yars Revenge.
I know a whole bunch of people talk shit about ET, but I actually liked ET, man.
Oh, that's horrible.
Can extend
That
it
emulator
actually
though is
fun.
teaching me that certain things, certain skills are a little bit different. Like when I'm used to playing these games, I usually play them on my actual Atari 2600. I have the joystick, but playing on the emulator, which has got like the PlayStation controllers or whatnot, trying to play Pitfall and jump onto an alligator's eyeball is not as easy. We got completely different controller, and also because they're RF controllers, there's a slight delay in the action from when you press a button to it actually happening. And so it's completely screws up your gameplay on that stuff. Whereas if I'm playing like The Simpsons and I'm Bart Simpson smacking those dudes with a skateboard, no problem.
That 8-bit
Tank Commander.
The 8-bit Tarzan yell is still everything to me.
Yeah. There's nothing. It sounds great on a surround system on freaking in HD. The pixels are so clear, I can see nothing.
With Tank Commander, because the trick to Tank Commander was just to slap the joystick and hit the button, right? But when you put it on a controller and you're like, oh, I keep going over too far.
But Joe, so I bought this thing. It was like $35. It's got like 5,000 games or some such shit. It's got everything from like PlayStations to Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Ataris, 2600, 5400, 7800 arcade games, etc. Dude, Wolfenstein 3D is on there, man. Yes, bookmark this game because Daddy's gonna go spank some Nazis.
We were at remember that. We were at Pixels the other night, a local place here that has arcade games still in it. And I went over there and played the old Capcom Marvel.
Yeah, I got that on here too.
We fight each other and tag team each other, and I'm sitting there just whipping up on my daughter and my family because I still like it. Just memory control took over. It's just like
I used to love that.
No one else probably had this one, but Road Rash on the 3DO. Woo.
I had Road Rash on Genesis.
I have Road Rash on Nintendo 64. Yeah,
the
where you can like tase the people next to you and their arms come off the bike and they start shaking and they just run into stuff. We're hit with the pepper spray. It's so funny. And if you hold down like the punch and kick button, they'll hold their tool out and stick it in the spokes and just flip them. I love that game.
This does have like a whole WWF game, so you could be with the Honky Tonk Man and freaking Randy Savage and Ted DiBiase.
Don't even get me started on Metal Slug. I remember that. That's why I use so much of those graphics in the Evil Lair because I loved Metal Slug.
I love Metal Slug.
You said Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
DiBiase.
Altered Beast. Altered Beast is on there.
Altered
and
Beast.
The old
Castlevania.
Space Harrier.
I got Castle.
There's a bunch of those. There's a bunch of those.
What's up, Drac?
I don't know. It's got so much stuff on there. It's ridiculous. But
Pro Wrestling for the Nintendo.
It's got a bunch of wrestling games for Nintendo and PlayStation and Super Nintendo.
WrestleMania for the Nintendo was solid.
Yeah, it's got King of the Ring or something like that, or one of these games. I don't know.
Not King of Fighters.
That might be on there too. I know that like Night Stalkers is on there too. There's Night Stalkers and there's like all the different Street Fighters and Mortal Kombats and the Tekken. I mean, there are these things. This is $34. This thing's got everything in the world. It's a nostalgia trip.
Boxing.
I don't know. I can't remember them all. There's like inordinate amount of games.
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon is there. Yeah.
I like Double Dragon 2 a lot better.
Jordan vs. Bird.
Like I said, I had fun playing The Simpsons in the game the other day. That was a lot of fun.
Simon's Quest. Jeez.
Hey, that's my quest.
Yeah.
Simon's Quest, you bastard. That's why that game sucked.
Ghouls and Goblins.
Nice.
Double Dragon 3.
That's a good one.
Burger
We're gonna pull that stuff out. Next
No,
thing you know,
Burger King.
Remy's gonna pull out a different box, and then we're gonna go through a whole nother set of cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
Bionic Commando.
Oh, I remember.
I don't have any. I don't have
Show
any.
show me an
any of the
Earthworm
Atari
Jim,
stuff
man.
here,
Come
but-
on.
I got it.
Fester,
Fester's Quest.
that was a great game. I remember
I
that.
love Fester's Quest, man. The soundtrack alone. God,
Oh,
damn.
Awesome.
I saved this one and it didn't even work. It works now.
There you go.
There's like some I just pulled. I've been like slowly picking them up when I find them.
Oh, you're looking to retire on some video games. I see that. You're waiting for the next Action Comics and one in video games.
I just
NES
love
games. Now we're talking. That is awesome.
Anybody
Love
see
it.
that documentary about the one guy who tried to acquire all of the Nintendo cartridges under a certain budget in a certain time?
No. Was it the guy that like traveled across the country looking for them at the
Yeah,
same time?
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
I know there's two like physical
Fuck
American.
you, CJ.
Happy birthday, CJ.
I think one is somewhere either near Mark or Joe.
What's that?
There's one person that has like every cartridge, including the like some of the more rare ones. But I think he's somewhere northeast. I think.
Probably somewhere between me and Rob.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Nick's house.
Oh, yeah, that
Actually,
would be my house.
Nick or Remy's.
Yes, I would go so far as to say between me and Rob.
No.
So
I was thinking me for Joe. I think you win on that one. You're you're 3 hours closer to the coast that way. So.
I'm sort of really fascinated by the fact that like video games are that rare from that era because there were so many of them.
Yeah, but everybody got rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play the game, you beat it, you win some. Yeah, you play the next.
It's
game.
kind of like cassettes, you know.
I
You're all
got-
talking
I got-
about cassettes.
I got super lucky because I was always a system behind. So when all my friends would upgrade, I would get all their stuff, and then I just had a collection of that.
That's how I got all my 64 stuff. You know, I had a 64. I had games for it, but I enjoyed it so much and didn't care about the newer stuff that as everyone else was getting their stuff. And I did that. I do that still to today. Like when people come across their stuff and they tell me, I'm like, I'll take it all, every bit of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are we talking about Nintendo 64 or Commodore 64?
Nintendo 64.
I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Commodore 64. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo.
I'm old school.
I don't think you're. Are you old enough for a Commodore 64? Is that? Are you?
Yeah, no, that was my first computer when I was a kid.
No.
Commodore 64 when I
Oh shit, you're old as fuck.
I had to.
Now you're eternal, Joe.
I had to stop sucking my thumb in order to get it.
It's as I say. I think I know he's younger than I am, but
Yeah, he's probably in between you and me then, because I still remember that too.
And you had to be rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we skipped that. We went to the Apple.
You're not
II,
that old, Joe.
and we upgraded our Apple
Right?
II, so it had 1 meg.
You might
RAM,
feel it.
and
Chip,
that was like
let's just you and I stay quiet, Chip, okay?
I remember this.
Yeah, I know exactly. I'm sitting here quietly in my corner. Well,
Yeah.
somewhat corner.
Those two guys still remember abacuses, so they're
Hey,
not part of the conversation.
There's a reason. There's a reason I still call it the return
rocks in
key.
the dirt.
Still call it the return key for a reason.
They say enter, but they still have the return symbol on them too. Like we're still in
Right,
the
the carriage
transition
return. That's
phase.
right.
Mhm.
My keyboard says return.
Phenomenal.
Does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What does mine say?
Actually, yeah, so does mine.
says
I can't
enter.
show it 'cause
Yeah, mine says
I'm on
enter,
it.
but yeah,
But
return.
even
is-
like on the Samsung keyboard, it has the return arrow.
right, which people are like, "What the hell is that?" Well, it's just like I remember when we were cleaning out the house and we found a box of 3.5-inch floppies somewhere and pulled it out and we're like showed it. My son's like, "Oh, why do you have like a 3D printed image of the save button.
Oh my lord!
Did that actually happen, Rob? Or
At least it wasn't a 5 1/4.
Right, exactly. No, but because the save button still to this day is a diskette image, and it's just
Mhm.
that's all he knows it as. He's never seen a diskette in his life until then, because everything was flash drives or cloud storage, and then it was like, oh no, dude, are you kidding? This is my Fortran editor. What are you talking about? It was my Fortran Blackbeard editor. And I think there was a DOS. I think we also had in there some DOS 5.0 or something. Yeah, good stuff.
CJ, why are you being mean to Jake? Just buy the signature. There's nothing wrong with paying for a signature.
After Jang pulled the same stunt trying to charge me for his signature, I ended up telling him to keep it and didn't buy the grossly overpriced variant he was on. Oh, nice.
It's called helping support a badass artist.
Hey man, those guys got to eat sandwiches too, man.
Yeah,
I know it sucks, but gotta eat.
Yeah.
It's like the character select screen. For
The worst fighter. Choose your fighter. I'm going with Dr. Von Hoop.
Dr. Von Hoop
Yeah, he looks like he
and
can
Nick
some
Nicky 89.5. Those are my gears.
That would actually be good. I would watch that wrestling match. I would watch it.
I love the Whack Comics thing the other night with
9.5 coming in, going at it.
That was hilarious.
Well, the game.
I think low key Lee is trying to subvert the whole community.
Yeah, he's
between 10 whack questions, him asking who's favorite Draco.
Yeah, who do you suggest?
That stuff is stuff that you just go. People just giving answers. Oh, stuff, but I can't think of any.
No, but the one
Battle
with,
of the Simons. That's that one that I enjoy.
the 10 whack questions one. That
Took about
the one
10
that I really
episodes
like
to
in the
put
questions
it.
is the who would you date in the comic book community?
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking like fast, then you're just going, oh, I'd like Nick or I like DJ or
I put a lot of thought into it, and I said Nick.
But then you've always got somebody that stalls and is like, I don't want to say.
Gary, like why are you thinking this is serious, bro?
Yeah, you just you don't have to answer honestly, do you? I
answered honestly.
Battle of the Simon.
Oh, I know you did.
I
could see that.
Answering this,
pay his bills and making breakfast. I would love to date Nick.
Remy,
have a blast.
I think Matt Spidey's running away with the battle.
Remy, you gotta be clear.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the
That's
battle
at
of
the
the
end.
Simons. It's Simon versus Simon.
Yeah, Simon versus Simon.
Some may not get that reference.
No, yeah.
Doesn't matter whether some do or don't. But that's
No,
how
my
I
favorite-
do it.
I got
It's the important people get it.
I always say that answer that battle is always the easiest. It's always Mad Spidey because Simple Simon is the worst, because that's the name of his punk band, was the worst.
The worst.
So,
But not many people would get that reference, so.
Simon sucks.
Unless they watch this content.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm trying to
See,
get that cassette tape. Yeah.
I wanted to reach out to him and see how I could get his music, and I was scared that he would send me a CD because I realized I don't.
He
have
will.
anything that
He'll send you the entire discography.
I've seen the stack, Joe. It's literally opened up a cupboard and he's just got
Yeah.
boxes upon boxes upon boxes
yeah.
of them.
Nothing
I
but
asked.
a CD on
I
it.
asked for one thing, and I
Computer.
got the entire discography. Plus,
Nope.
I got battle patches. Battle vest patches. Plus,
That would be cool. A battle
Yeah.
vest patch. I'll take a battle vest. I'll trade him patches.
That's your next Evil Air project, is making a proper battle vest for a punk.
I mean,
rock
Joe, if you want the digital files, I could probably rip them.
His eyes just lit up on.
I could make a bulletproof vest. I mean, if you need one, you are in Georgia, not far away.
It's all on
I'll take
Bandcamp. I just looked it up. You can just get all the albums on
Just
Bandcamp.
put it on with my Dr. Doom mask, and I'll be ready.
Roscoe.
Yeah, you'll be back in Atlanta in no time.
No time. Next
So,
concert, let's roll. Right now,
so
it
you
looks like we'll be going to a Pink concert pretty soon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually, I think it would
she
be
puts
fun.
on
I
say,
don't mind that. I just don't want to have to travel to go. Dude, just that. It's just the idea of like having to figure out where to park and
yeah.
going through this
She puts on
giant
an awesome
crowd.
show,
And
though.
just,
Did you,
I've
did you
actually
see
seen
the Taylor Swift concert that was the other
I don't
day?
want to talk about Taylor Swift.
No.
concert.
The parking.
$3,000 tickets.
The
I know, and
parking
my oldest
was like a
co-screened.
grand or something. It was
Are you
insane.
talking about the one that was like over here by my house that they broke curfew like every single night and
That's
Emma
not
was
public.
Emma was messaging me
This
in,
is
like, "Hey, I need y'all to get on Ticketmaster. I need to get the code for the early ticket pool." I'm like, Jesus Christ! She just went to show like 2 months ago.
CJ, yes, if you go
Under
to
his
YouTube
personal
and you
name.
look for the worst Australia, you have to make sure you specify that you have to have Australia in the name. Then there are some songs that are up on YouTube that you can listen to.
They've got some. He actually has a personal channel that he had way before the comic channel. That I think there's some of it up on there.
Yeah, but it's like the worst Australia. You have the if you just do the worst, it's too vague and you're gonna get a lot of crap.
Whole island, right?
Pretty much.
Hey.
Hey, that's right, because Mad Spidey's on a freaking continent that's trying to kill you. Sorry, I had the Mad Spidey versus Dr. Von Hoot. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dr. Von Hoot, by the way, for all the.
No, that was great. I loved it. Like you handled it perfectly. Like it was one of my favorite things that's happened in ages. Like especially because I just turned up just as you started talking about it as well. It was fucking awesome.
I was like, oh, I'm here to having a debate. If people can't get that this is a facetious debate, then and to get their butt
it's
hurt for tough
perfect.
shit.
Well, the thing is about that, the way he does that, we have a lot of panel shows in the UK, which you guys don't really have so many of, and it's that kind of content on them, and it's brilliant. Like I'm just big fan of that sort of back and forth. And you thought really well on your feet, like. Brian, not so much, but like
I was taking notes.
Yeah.
So like I take things like I was taking little notes here and there on things. So like I could refer to them when I was going back and just kind of go, but
it was genius. I really enjoyed that battle.
Like I can tell the Becker one. I have notes here that say California and Stay Puffed. Because he said he said that the Becker was like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and that he made a point of John Comics with Kids being from California. I was like, oh, ain't nobody hard from California. I'm from California. Deal with that.
Really, you want to go down to Compton and say that,
dude? Again, I wouldn't want to go to Oakland and say that. I'm just saying for the sake
San Francisco's getting bad.
For the sake, yeah, true. For the sake of the argument, though, it's people think you guys are all hippy dippy freaks, so that's fine.
Space.
Yeah, San Francisco, people are doing stuff now where they're like rolling down their windows and putting like fake broken glass around their car and on their seats, stuff so people think the car's already been smashed and will go on by it, and then that's what this kind of stuff that they're selling now is.
A cheat, Simon.
Oh, we only got 9, so we can go to the other layout.
Muted. You're still muted.
Who's muted?
Yeah, you guys are about to have 8. I have to go back to work.
Ham and cheese toasted sandwich. It's lunchtime, so.
Oh, fair enough.
All right,
and a bit of Palmer.
I'd love a Palmer right now, but
so would I. All right, hopefully I can hop back on.
All right.
I could go for a chicken parm right now.
That pizza.
Oh shit! Hold on, we've been slacking.
Another one.
You gotta play it like 5 times.
Yeah.
Another one. Another one.
Another one.
Remy, where'd you get?
Where'd
you get your vest?
Where?
Yeah.
I got the front plates from a local guy. I ordered the rear plates online, and then the vest because I got I got the full setup for myself and Angel, and then the boys I have
phone books.
No, they have like Kevlar, just standard like floppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I still got my whole kit from the military. Like when I was ready to go out, they were like, "Bad, take it." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
My question is
right
what
before the pandemic when
you
everything
have it.
started hitting the fan, and I was like, we don't know how this is going to turn out.
Paste.
Remy is the epitome of doomsday preppers.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
But he won't eat his own chickens.
Yeah, not yet.
I'll go down there and eat one.
I mean, obviously, if it comes down to it, then yeah, we'll eat some chickens. But yeah,
There isn't too much I won't eat. I'll eat Dr. Von Hoot if he shows up. But I'm just saying.
hey, we already talked about that.
He's a foul.
You're in the wilderness. Something happens. Trust me.
There's plenty of
You
me
don't
to
want
go
Remy
around.
to be there
Let's,
because
Plenty of.
I'm gonna be looking at you and I'm
When's
gonna
are real? I
Hey,
haven't
real
been an alien before. Let's do it. I've hunted just about everything else.
I mean, it's a hell of a hunt right there.
Yeah, it's not like it's human. It's okay.
No. It's fine.
Oh, goodness
Deep
gracious.
fried Von Hoot. There you go.
Right on you.
It's in the south.
I say, boy.
Country fried mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend a thigh. They're quite. It's quite juicy. Like you can tell. You
I
get
want to wait.
a fair bit of meat on that.
Oh, I think I didn't. I should take a look. So I think I got a notification.
You got mail.
Oh no, not yet. It's still in process.
You didn't get mail.
Yeah, I thought I knew I got some mail the other day from CBCS, but it was just saying that they moved. It's moved into the grading room. So
Right.
So your book is in the grading room now.
You're just teasing.
Awesome. What's their turnaround times at the moment? CBCS. I
didn't pay for extra.
No.
So but it's for their modern. The regular was 30 days, and then plus the pressing.
Jeez.
So what's the average wait time now for?
So it's
still crazy as it was before.
No, 50 days.
50.
Oh, okay.
Not too bad.
For CBCS?
Yeah. For new and modern books with pressing and grading, and no expedition, just the slow boat speed.
Don't we have a guy that can kind of push this stuff through if we send it to him? Don't we?
No, he's not in that neighborhood there. But it didn't matter. It's like plus this is doing signature verification, so then that adds another like week or 2 weeks to that. But
everybody,
I mean, there's no rush for this. I mean, I'm just happy I'm getting it. Like, as long as it happens, it happens.
Yeah, that's there, and then the other books at CGC.
Yeah, I'm about to send about 45 books to CGC next week.
Yeah, so they're not too bad, but they're like 7 to 10 days to receive it, to check it in still. But once they check it in, then they're pretty good on their timelines.
That your book, Austin, or a whole bunch of other books?
I got our book. I got.
I'm the only one that's left. Yeah,
yeah, boy.
Took me a second.
I've got a couple of commission pieces that I completed. Rob, you're on that list. You got a book going in. I purposely did not show you the book, and I'm not going to. This book will also fall under our existing contract.
Yeah.
So that one's going out, and then a couple of other ones, and then I got my hands on a bunch of San Diego Comic-Con variants or exclusives.
Nice.
No pre-code horror books, or have you given up on that dream?
Oh no. As a matter of fact, the dream I gave up on, I'm currently looking into. I'm on an auction right now for an AF-15. But if that falls through, I'm going to complete a run of what am I doing? Tales from the Crypt.
Ooh, nice. That's a good
So
series. Great covers
I've got
in there.
8 issues now. Only 2 of them are graded right now. But those, I don't know. I'm not really too anxious on sending those in for grading because they're old, so you pay a little bit more.
Yeah, time.
And
believe me, I know I have right now my my GSX1 is in there, and that one now the way that they shifted their stuff, now you're paying a percentage.
Yeah,
it's not even a flat fee anymore. Although at least I know that I can do the math, and I know that the percentage it's actually a flat fee or a percentage, and I know that it's the flat fee that I'm going to pay because there's no way that book's coming out.
Is it a percentage of what you paid or what FMV is?
What the FMV is? Yeah. So unfortunately, I know that this book's only going to come back probably like a 3.5 or a 4. So it's not gonna. I know what the FMV is, and I can tell that. Then therefore the flat rate's going to be what I'm paying. So
I'm just saying for all you cats out there that want to seal
Don't
a
slab
comic book
books.
through one of these things, you want to slab one. I'm just saying, Pocan Joe, right here. I will do it better than any mainstream company out there. I promise you, nothing will happen to that book once it comes into my hand. I'll ship it back to you.
Are they bulletproof, Joe?
Rating system.
Huh?
Are they bulletproof or arrow?
I can make one bulletproof.
Missile proof.
I can make it up to 40 Pike Mike. Is that cool?
What's
So,
the rating?
Austin, like if it's between an AF-15 and the
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt, what grade are you looking at the Tales from the Crypt? Like, if that happens, like, because I'm intrigued. Like, surely they got to be like to be comparable prices.
So I'd like to, as far as the AF-15 goes, I'd like to be in the 2.0 range or 1.8. But I would hate to purchase that book and then lock it away somewhere. I want something sitting on the wall.
You can afford a 9. Just buy a 9. You can afford it.
Oh, I wish I could. With the Tales from the Crypt, I don't mind being, raw, first of all, but I don't mind being in the, 3 to 5 range.
Solid reader copies.
Because I love to read them, obviously, but these are all cover buys. I just love the artwork on the pre-code horror, and it's just artwork for me.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had that sort of money, then that's absolutely what I'd be going for as well. The pre-code horror is just perfect. Like I'm looking at a lot of Bronze Age horror at the moment because
I've just recently found found some love for some of that stuff.
It's really good and sort of it's out enough of the the whole sort of the comic code stuff, so they're still doing quite dark things ish. In the
I'm just going for a Tomb of Dracula and a Werewolf by Night run. That's it. But even though they're just so rare over here, like trying to complete those runs is near impossible.
Yeah, I even like today. Like today, I posted that Vault of Evil 2. I really kind of dug that Grim Reaper and some of those. I had those witches ones. I got a bunch of these things off of Pete Petrie, man. Off of he had a bunch of those. I got some more too that are coming, but a bunch of these Enter the House of Mystery and
I got a bunch of those too. And those are staying in your PC, Rob, or are you putting those up for sale?
For right now, they're just coming to me and they're sitting in my PC. I haven't decided long term what I'm going to do, but short term, they're a short term hold at least.
I like short term. You let me.
Bye bye.
Yeah, these are like those. These are like all mid grade books, which is nice. So they're nice. Just they look really great once I put them in the new bags and boards and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Put them in the pile. Yeah.
Those bop bags look good.
Yeah. So Nick, to answer your question, I'm also looking for an Eerie #1, which is technically the first horror comic book and bondage cover.
That is a nice cover.
The same 2 copies have been sitting on eBay for over a year now that I've been looking at. I think one is a 2 and one is a 3, and they're going for 8 and 10 grand.
They're asking way too much, and they don't understand how to. They obviously don't want them. There's no rush to move them.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, that's annoying. Is when somebody's like, just you want something. There's only 2 people have it, and they're asking too much, and it's like, come on.
They're waiting for that one chunk to just buy it and just go, yeah, I'll pay that.
I think it's the same seller that has both copies too.
Yeah,
worse.
I mean, it's an interesting situation because the market is got to be completely different because it's got no basis in like this movie hype, which is driving like most of comic books in their like ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like the pre-code horror is just like it's old and rare, and people like those images. Like
it's been driving me bonkers because like over the last 2 days, Spider Planet, who was a former guest of ours that has like all the Planet Comics books, he's been listing a shit ton of his lower grade Planet Comics and a bunch of other Atomic Age sci-fi books, and the prices that he's asking isn't too bad on a lot of them. You know, it's like $250, $300, whatever. And I keep looking, I'm going like, oh man, that is so pretty. But like, well, that's not what I'm buying right now. I've been trying to build up my Silver Age keys and Bronze Age
maybe
keys.
you need to pivot a little bit and get him to bundle some stuff. Like if he's willing to bundle, then you know it's worth it. Like,
yeah, but I really have some books that I really want to get in pretty short order because there's a timeline that's ticking in my head before these books are going to start to go up. That I want, since I want it in my PC, I have to get it beforehand. Of course, that means I'd like for something, make it a lot easier if a couple of things I have sold, but it's whatever.
That was a great thing to witness too, by the way, Rob, is your transition into purchasing keys at Heroes Con.
Yeah.
Man, you were picking up keys like a madman. And I did mention to you, I don't know if you remember, we were at dinner one night or something like that. And I was like, or you said, okay, I got the keys that I was looking for. I'm done. And I was like, bullshit, we're going to talk again and you're going to pick up more keys. And sure enough, I had to leave on Sunday, but you picked up a few more books on that last Sunday.
Yeah, well, not really on Sunday. On Monday, I picked up a couple things. Or Saturday, I picked up a couple things. Sunday, I didn't really pick up much. But since then, though, I've been back. I've been picking up stuff too, because since I've been back, that's where I've picked up like, the Monday mail calls. Every Monday, there's been like two solid
every week. I know I'm in for like, what's this gonna be? Like it's gonna be
because it'd be like
Rob's been taking stuff off my list. That's what he's been.
Well, because I picked after DVH said, hey, you can get this for next to nothing.
It's
sure enough,
so cheap. Like
it's like I paid $125 for this, dude.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah. But so like that came, and then like I got the New Mutants 98. I got my All Star 58. I got then it's like, oh, pick the Spider Woman. For Spider Woman, that was cheap. These don't come out on my. Okay, if you're here watching right now, you 14 people, you get a preview from 2 weeks from now on Mail Call. We bust out the Cap 100 and the 357 or 337.
Ah, this is the best ever!
In a 9.8.
I have the Mickey Mouse cover of that.
Yeah, me too.
Can I just start sending you money, Rob, and you
that
just start
one?
hunting for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pay, like every time I get paid, I'm just gonna keep chipping away into an account.
Here on
Game, I
the
saw
material
I sat on your
plane.
face.
right.
Yeah, I'll take that one too.
Yeah, so it's been like, and there's more down here that I haven't even, it's like that are set aside to rotate as part of the mail calls. I got another couple keys down there that are there. I don't know what I'm going to get to this box of stuff from CGC. There's like 25 books here from CGC, but they're not exciting keys. The exciting stuff will come back from here. But no, I have a list right now. It's like I've been going like, oh, as I've been going stuff, I'm like, here's these keys I want to get, right? And I'm like, what am I looking for? And what grade range? Where do I find is the value point that I'm willing to go, that I can get in a good solid copy, but get some value. Where's that value break, right? On the books. So
yeah, I was actually on the auction with you when you picked up that Batman 227 you have right behind.
Oh yeah.
I gotta head to the check.
Had it been anybody else but you, I would have outbid you for that book.
Well, that one was like Burke said that, like, oh, maybe I'll get it. And I was like, well, fuck that. I'll take it. Put it on pile.
Yeah.
Burke,
you
can't have Burke. That's not for you.
But the Batman 2,
Another one.
That was the key that I hunted down at Heroes Con.
It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful looking.
Oh, it presented well.
So, like, let's see here real quick. Well, so it's. I mean, it's super clean. It's just got like here. There's the corners have got some chipping, but there's no color breaking creases really in through here. It's in press. It's all around the edge, and then the big stuff is the backside. You have big chunks and big chunks here. But I mean, but from a presenting standpoint, at a 3.0, it is an absolutely gorgeous 3.0.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It looks just as good as mine.
So this isn't the copy, but I got. Oh damn! Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
sorry, high roller.
But
damn.
But he paid more than $300.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I paid a little bit more than $300.
Yeah.
And got the same quality, display to it too.
So this isn't the copy, but I bought 3 copies of this, and like they're all 9/8. But I don't know what was happening in CGC that day. There's on the copy, like right down here, it looks like it's torn even on one of the 9/8s. I basically was gifted a 9/8 from CGC on it.
So what they'll do on those, so sometimes that's what's called a production bindery tear. Very common in Marvel, common amongst Marvel, for the corners to get a little bit of a split from the way the pages are folded, and that because that's considered a production issue. If it's not, if it doesn't exceed a certain length or a certain amount, then they will still consider that just a standard production flaw.
I mean, it's pretty big though. I mean, like,
yeah, I know they're pretty generous on it, but a 9/8. It also depends upon how prevalent it is amongst the copies. So if the majority of copies have this, then they may be more liberal with it than if whatever it is. So, but yeah, because a 9/8 is that has some minor production and handling errors. It's not a perfect book.
Yeah, and didn't a lot of the older books that were still printed on newsprint, they have the punctured dots along the bottom of the books?
So, depending on the equipment, yeah, that's where like the Amazing Spider-Man 361 was well known, that the 9/8s will have the machine grab from it, where it's grabbing to feed the pages and stuff, and it was really prevalent on the majority of the books, so they don't dock the books for that. And that's one of the things I remember Matt Nelson talking about, is part of what they do is they take notes as they get these books in, and they start and it could be early people who send in books may get graded harsher than people later on if they start seeing, based on their notes, that a particular issue is more and more common and it's part of the production. They may be a little bit more liberal with that, and therefore, like, the machine grab is a book where you get, I don't know, most books you'll get dinged for it, but on that one it's so prevalent they say nope, it's normal, you get a 9/8. Whereas you would, in order to get a 9.9, you would have to not have that shit, just as a starter, let alone everything else that goes on there. So,
Right.
Comic Book G-Man, great show today, man. I love his new hours now because I can catch his stuff. So good stuff.
I keep forgetting that he's on then until I sit down to try to prep for my show, and then it's like, oh, I want to watch it, but at the same time, I'm trying to prep for my show. How can I listen and pay attention if
I'm usually working. Like when your show comes on
Yeah.
and his come on, I'm in the garage doing something, and it's just good to have you guys on, right? So I enjoy listening to it. But Comic Book G-Man, I remember the one time I came on his one night show, and if you go back and watch it, you can tell I'm just.
Oh yeah, for you it was like 3 a.m.
3 a.m. I was like, man, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point.
Angel and I did the same thing, and it was like we had to plan for it, like
yeah,
plan for it ahead of time. Like, all right, how are you gonna swing?
I
this?
know it's like me going on Mark's show
beforehand, or-
on Friday morning.
You're up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
May with only slabs.
You're muted.
Yeah, it's funny you
No,
mentioned
not
that.
you.
It's like we're just
Not you, Spidey, but
it's 4:30 right now.
True.
And, I've been awake for a while now.
Yeah.
I mean it's my gimmick, but you know.
Yeah.
But
Well, you're
add a whole
on
nother level of complexity to it because that's this whole thing going on. It's like, oh my god, no.
and you got your time. You got your time now for the next couple weeks, right? Or you?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a weird one because like I work nights, but I'm off for 6 weeks ish. Like it's nearly 2 weeks in.
It'd be like just long enough for you to get your body synced the other way to be with your family, to then have to flip it back.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's not really working that great at the moment, but I sort of like having a little bit of alone time anyway. So 4 o'clock till wake up at 12 in the morning. Like it'll do.
Yeah. My youngest stays up late like that overnight and like is playing video games and stuff with their friends. The other day it was really weird because I was getting up in the morning to come to work, get ready to go to work, and my youngest was just going to bed, and it was like the passing shifts, like it was like punching out. Hey, you're punching in the time clock and punching out at the time clock. Good night, night shift. Just like.
Now, you're very quiet, Chip. That's why I put you on the spotlight.
Of course, I'm muted as well, but thank
and
you.
you're muted as well.
That's why you're so quiet.
Yes, exactly.
I thought you were going to flex,
Chip.
flex your
I got
big
no
book from Heroes. When did you flex your big book from Heroes?
Wait, say that again?
I said, when did you flex your big book from Heroes?
My big book from Heroes? Oh, it's...
Yeah, you picked up a little prize there at Heroes Con under the radar.
On day one, too.
Not even day one.
Day one was the hunting day. What are you talking about?
He got day 0.
There it is.
Ah, yes.
Awesome
Yes,
book.
That is very nice.
He bought that. He was pretty much done.
Meanwhile, I call that an appetizer.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, though. My wife was done. I was not.
That's right.
So
I've been trying to get a Daredevil 3, and just I want to pay a little bit less than whatever you can get it for, and delivered to my country, as it were.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Daredevil's actually a fairly good Silver Age run to collect. It's not the most expensive of runs.
So
like even number 1 is still like the lowest of all the number 1s sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
why number 3? What's the significance of that?
Is that first Purple Man, or is that number 4?
First Owl.
It's the first owl.
Ah, that's
First
right. Yeah.
owl, yeah.
I was like, oh,
Obviously.
4 is the purple man, I think.
Yeah.
I
4
see
is the
that.
purple man.
As soon as I said purple man, I knew. Wait a second, no, this is
First owl. Yeah.
first owl. Yeah,
Which
Yeah.
would make sense.
I will tell you though. Today, DVH, I was reloading the box, and New 52 number 3 and 4, first and second cameo appearances of the Court of Owls went into the giveaway box.
Wow. Yeah, they're bangers. I will have to win those. Like,
just have
that's
to.
the rule. Like, I just have to do that.
Well, I'll win it next week because I'm on a streak at the moment, 2 weeks
That's
in a row.
Yeah, you're doing real well.
You guys can both do. That's fine because I have piles stacking up for both of you guys. So you're welcome to just keep adding to your piles. It's fine.
So next week when I win those books, then I'll just say no, Rob, send them to Dr. Von Hook.
I mean, I'll tell you, it was really weird because I was sitting there and like the other day when Efren's package came for you, and I went and put it in my garage. I put it on the table, and I was like, my shipping table, and I'm like, I thought I had another package here for Von Hoot. And I was looking around, I couldn't find it, and I'm like, maybe I'm just thinking of the books I sent to grading for him. And then like today, I was out there again today, and I started moving some more stuff around my packing area, and I realized I found it because it's actually I think it's wins from Only Slabs, but it was, but what it was I had taken the table. I have a folding table out in the garage next to my rolling table countertop, and I use it for overflow and staging stuff when I'm doing stuff with comics, and I had to moved everything off of it to take the table when I had the big barbecue because I needed people to sit, and I threw it on the workbench, got buried under packing supplies and shit.
To make it more, like, possibly more confusing, I didn't actually win it. Chris won it, and then he gifted it to me. So,
okay, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever the case is, it's packet. It's on the pile, but it was like, I knew I was missing. I knew I had something for you. Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't losing my mind. But now Spidey sent me this a big box too. Now means I don't have to go. I already know I have to go to the store before I send your stuff to you because I need to go get you more of the Hostess pies.
Oh,
I gotta
love
get
those freaking things. I
gotta get you all flavors so you can try all the flavors.
Yeah, why not? I really like those.
I think I even found there's a lemon one too now too. There's a lemon pie, a cherry pie, the apple pie, and the chocolate pie.
What kind of pies are these?
The Hostess, the Hostess, like they look like an empanada.
The little
old school moon pie.
No. He's had those. They don't call moon pies over there. They're wagon wheels.
Yeah, they're
called wagon wheels.
They're horrid.
They're wrong.
Wagon wheels. Wagon
really
wheels
bad.
they're Australian wagon wheels.
Well, so DVH sent them to me, and I got excited at first, and I bit into them. And when I bit into it, I said, "My God, this man, England has no understanding of what flavor is. This is horrid. This biscuit is trash. If they would put graham cracker biscuit, this would be good." And then I realized, wait a second, this is a fucking moon pie, and moon pies are trash too. So I can't even say it's England's problem.
Moon pies are awesome.
Dude, the biscuit
He's
in a
West
freaking
Coast.
moon pie is no good.
Look,
Like,
should be gravy on my biscuit.
I did
don't know
not.
what you're talking about.
I sort of purposely did not send you things that I thought were nice. I thought I would send you things which really represented what it was like to grow up in this country.
Fair enough.
Like, it's
Well,
different.
Those Hostess fruit
Mhm.
pies are what it's like to grow up in America when I was a kid. Because
They're amazing.
those and Twinkies, which I gave you, and,
You did.
Snowballs.
and cupcakes and snowballs and zingers and all those things. That's what's a staple in a treat in the lunch bag.
Yep.
Did you send them some Rolos?
No, not yet.
Oh, this is intriguing because Rolos are a thing.
We have
here,
Rolos over here.
Right.
I
but
don't
they're
know that they're the
totally
same.
different.
I don't know if we're talking
My
about the
wife
same
brought me the
thing.
Rolos from Ireland. She bought some there and she ate one. She was like, "This is not the same thing."
You talk about like the little tiny circular sort of the
Yeah.
caramel in it.
The ones in the States, yeah, they're slightly different.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Are we talking about Roy Rogers?
No.
Oh,
Could be.
I miss Roy Rogers. They had,
Go back to sleep, Remy.
they had that croissant.
No. But the
I'm just saying, if Dr. Von Hoot ever comes to the U.S., we need to take him to a Waffle House first. Right? Doesn't matter what you want to eat. We need to go to Waffle
Oh,
House.
that looks familiar.
Well, like I mean, I don't talk about this very often because it's never come up. But I don't actually
Sorry,
eat
Chip.
meat or like I'm pretty much plant based, as it were.
There we go.
You're vegan?
Yeah.
Oh,
But like I don't like talking about it because
I
like
get it.
everybody hates
Has an
vegans,
opinion.
So it's like
Mark's vegan. Yeah,
Mark's vegetarian. Like he doesn't
vegetarian. Yeah, I get the difference. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
like by that I mean like people do not like vegans. Like it's inherently like it's
it's
so
not,
I just keep
people
it to
don't
myself. Like,
people don't hate vegans.
we just hate their attitude.
Yeah,
it's a lot of it's that not all, but a good number of them, at least here in the States,
yes,
have a holier than thou, I'm better than you attitude.
No,
I
it's
want
the
to
same
tell
over here
you.
too.
I want to
Well,
tell you why you suck.
I think what it is, and I sort of fell in the trap when I first started doing it. Was like you just feel the need to be like I'm vegan now. It's so different to how it used to be.
Right.
But now I'm vegan and I still watch videos of people eating meat all the time because I love meat.
So does Mark.
Can I ask how like is this a new thing for you? How long have you chosen this lifestyle?
Well, 3-4 years. So it's relatively new in my
still,
life.
3-4 years. That's a new habit.
I've already done it.
But it is a commitment. Yeah.
Yeah, you're past the habit phase at this point. You're
just
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Kevin Smith.
No, I like good.
Yeah, no, Kevin Smith. He wasn't the reason why I did it, but
no,
he was the reason why I thought I could do it.
Right.
Like, if you see what I mean. Like if that guy can do it, then like maybe I've got a shot at it. And I can remember being in a supermarket, being really pissed off, and being like, I don't want to eat any of this shit anymore, and I just stopped. So yeah.
Well, the nice thing is that Oreos are vegan.
Yeah, they are.
Something people probably may not know about me, but I go on a straight carnivore diet for 3 months every year.
3 months?
Yeah, I do
That's
a carnivore
intriguing.
diet for 3 months.
I'm on a carnivore diet 24/7, 365.
No, so the reason why I do it is because I'm just not naturally wanting any vegetables or fruits or anything like that. So what I do is I subtract it from my life, so I crave it after 3 months, and I do it for 3 months because now it's a crate. Now that's the treat. You get what I'm saying? That's the thing I'm craving. So like I'll actually eat a salad and fruit and things like that in a larger amount than I normally would.
I can see that. Like the one benefit really that I've got, because obviously I'm a really big guy, is like I sleep a lot better during the day. Like when I'm at work, like it's I don't know why.
I think that's called fainting. But go ahead.
Lack of energy. No,
I'm joking. I'm being funny. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But like it did improve my like quality of sleep. Let's put it that way.
I get that. When I went on the carnivore diet, I noticed I started like so obviously I do a lot of blacksmithing and heavy working with metals and things like that. But my day job is kind of subdued, if you will. It's very bland.
Yeah.
But what I found out is the more blacksmith, when I go on those 3 months of just straight meat, like my muscles don't get bigger, obviously, but they're stronger. Like my grip strength is crazy stupid now. Right. But you got to have vegetables. Everybody, you got to have vegetables. Don't never go straight fucking meat. But I'm not attracted to it. I don't have a taste for it. But if you eat nothing but meat and realize how hard it is just to eat meat, right? when that 3 months ends, like there's a good like I'm eating up green beans, spinach, all the things that I miss. Like I'm just cramming it down my gullet, and it doesn't do anything to you. It's not like missing sugar and then going on a sugar binge.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just straight eating more vegetables and then keeping my meat portions at a more maintainable rate. It's complicated, but I'm a complicated guy.
Yeah.
And my wife hates it. In the first 2 weeks when I go on this little deal, my wife hates me because you're always hungry. Like you can, like
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose you're not getting any carbohydrates,
right?
Like if you're just on the meat, that's
I'm just,
and that's where you get your energy from is carbohydrates. So you're always hungry and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, luckily I'm a hunter, so like we always have deer, so I'm always making jerky and things like that.
You've got the meat,
but when it's time to eat, man, my wife's like, "You're just unbearable." Like, and I'm like, well, "This is what you're like when you're doing your monthly thing," and like we have a thing. But so over the years, I've been doing this for about 5 years now, and now I've gotten to where I can I know when I'm going to get hungry. I know when I'm going to get annoyed, when I need to walk away from things, like that kind of deal, right? But yeah, just a little bit of cheese, meat, water. My cheat, because you're allowed to cheat on this diet, you're allowed to cheat on every diet, is a little bit of alcohol every now and then. But that's
so how does that work for you then?
Yeah, I'm out.
A little bit of alcohol every now and then.
I don't eat vegetables or fruit, and I survive all right.
For now, you do.
I'll tell you what, when I come off my 3-month deal, the first thing I crave the most, because I love fruit. Like that, me going on a carnivore diet, the sacrificial thing is the fruit to me. But you gotta quit it, right? And immediately I come off like tangerines, pineapples, like anything that has a strong taste to it and a lot of fluid. Watermelon. I live in Virginia. Watermelon. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know all about cigarettes and coffee. Don't get, and cigars. Throw cigars in there too.
I'm really hungry now. It's 10 to 5 in the morning, so I'm not getting any food. It's not going to happen.
Breakfast time.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm because we'll never meet. We're not going to meet in person.
Seems unlikely. Yeah,
but realizing I didn't know you were a vegan, obviously, but I'm kind of surprised because like when I was making your ring, I assumed, because I see you on videos, I took a guess about how big you were.
Oh, I'm big. Yeah,
and I based your finger off of it, and I know that ring was too big, and then I was like, something's not, because the way you held it in one of your rings.
Right.
Look, and I was like,
it does.
It doesn't fit.
Slip.
So then I was like, how can he be that big? Like I know my math's not wrong because I'm Pocan Joe. So what's wrong with him?
No. It is entirely possible that my math is wrong. That's entirely fucking possible. It's just it's pretty fucking likely, honestly.
But it actually makes sense because if you're a bigger guy or were like a even huger guy at that point, and I'm not making fun by no means.
No.
And you dropped a lot of weight over a period of time. The first place you're going to do that is in
the fingers.
Digits.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he would know more about that than anybody else.
Yep.
I mean, my weight is actually like it does ping pong quite often.
It's not me this time.
You put me on camp for.
Just because he mentioned it.
White shadow.
I can still see you.
But yes, Joe, you are right. Gone down many a ring size.
Yeah, it's crazy. By the way, if you send that
Right.
back to me, I'll fix the
Pretty
size
much.
for you if you give me your size.
Oh yeah, no, you don't need to worry about it. I mean, I only wear it when I'm doing the stuff.
I'm
so
just saying.
it's
I'm willing to do it.
yeah, no, thank you. I mean, I
I don't like
appreciate
giving
that.
people
It's
things that don't fit them. It drives me crazy, but it's hard to get ring sizes from people when
yeah,
they make a
yeah.
ring.
I mean, like when I gave you the measurements, that was the measurement. But like,
No, you never did.
Oh, I did. Okay, right now, challenge accepted.
Go check the messages. You never gave me your sizes, man.
I remember doing it. Like,
Nah,
I'm intrigued.
that's what they call a false memory. No, I'm joking. Because it was getting to the point where I asked you for the measurements, and it was like,
Yeah.
I got to make this thing.
Don't need a measurement for that, Remy.
Pull out my lightsaber.
Oh, I'm intrigued now. That's
And if I am wrong in this, I will make you a totally different ring with those measurements.
no. You don't have to do anything.
Does
What
she
you did
enjoy
already
it?
was
I have a
amazing.
huge ego.
Did not, bro.
So yeah, I have to do that.
No, you don't. I'm daft. Where are we?
The hell, Austin, you're not sure?
No.
No
Jeez.
interest in it whatsoever.
Shit.
Though I'm very far behind in my
Ditto.
movies. Very,
I
very
took
far,
my
very
niece
far
to go
behind.
see it.
I still haven't seen bloody Spider-Verse yet.
The best part was
Ditto.
that guy.
From
Spider-Verse.
Cocaine
Right.
Joe. Cocaine Joe made that.
Was that?
I was showing off the Trident.
Tried it.
Remy's when everything else fails, last line of defense. He's a pikeman in front of the house.
Well, this is that when we were talking about doing the calendar, that's gonna be my calendar pose. It's coming out of the water. No shirt.
Do the whole E-Man thing with the hair. He needs to grow your hair out.
Uh-huh.
Well, we might need to CGI that. I don't know if I can get it that long.
Get a wig.
Ah, my goodness. All right, I'm done. Are you all keeping this going? I gotta finish up.
I can keep going.
We
You
can
want to
hang.
go, Remy?
Austin's back. We can leave.
Yeah, I am.
I have no idea how I'm going to start this project tomorrow. I'm just stalling.
It's called procrastinating.
No, I'm legit stalling.
Just build a bunch of things together and say, there you go. It's abstract.
I'm going to pee, though. I don't think y'all want to see that. I'll be right back.
No, thanks. Appreciate that.
What can I say? I'm a gentleman.
The more you know.
There you are.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. There.
What do you want to see? Oh, you want to see
Let's
Joe
see.
P.
Want to see
Yeah,
Joe?
sorry.
Joe P. Yeah.
Well, that's a private showing.
Yeah. Real funny, Nick. Hold on here.
Not really thinking you're funny.
I forgot about that one.
Lord.
Yep.
You haven't added any more of them? I thought you were gonna. There was a couple more you were working on.
I'm a bit busy. I'll get it going eventually.
I can to build something for me. You need to have something from the evil's lair. Yeah, you could build something sort of like octopus style sort of thing. Saying you're a tentacle man.
No,
Doc
no.
Arms.
Mike already tried Dr. Octopus arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to be able to walk. He wanted the ability to walk without having to actually walk. So he wanted to use Dr. Octopus arms, and it was a no-go. It's
Maybe not
rare
like-
that Joe will deny somebody something like that, but I think he was like, "Yeah, we're not going to get into the robotics of arms."
Yeah, he probably just kept it
artificial
for
intelligence.
himself.
Mhm.
That's the evil
Just like
little project.
just like Doc
doesn't
Ock,
show
he
you.
goes, it would be nice to have an extra set of arms that I could grab the hot. I could be taking care of the smelter. I could be doing the welder. I could do these things. Let me go ahead and fashion these. And then next thing you know, the lab accident happens. Bang. That's how these things happen.
Yeah.
Next time on Remy's Hangout, peeing with Pocan. No, maybe not.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. Sure. All of a sudden we have like nothing to say. What's going on with that? I guess
It's because
Remy's,
I'm looking for something. Hang on.
Yeah, you're looking for something. Remy's tired. He wants to go to bed. Pocan went to pee.
Okay, no.
Austin's racing people's heads. And
He was busy eating tacos. Did she enjoy it after that?
Oh, it's time for bed now.
I had to feed the dog.
Chip said 2 words for the whole stream.
He's here
Yeah.
because you forced him to be here.
No, no. No
Wasn't
one forced
me.
Nope, not at all.
White shadow. I can still see you.
Because Nick said your name.
Yep. Did you hear us talking about you, Chip, on In the Mix?
No, I didn't actually.
So they were talking about some made up thing in the community now, and I was like, oh, they're trying another acetate gate. I'm like, there's
Oh,
a-
they're talking about Bry's. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bry's
yeah,
comics
Bryce's.
exclusive.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, CJ brought that book up earlier in the chat.
yeah.
yeah.
CJ
Yeah,
can
'cause
keep trying to bring that up, but that's not the juice.
Because CJ's got a 9.9
nobody's got
version.
the
That's why.
scoop like that guy did at that one time after that one place that he went to. Mr. Chip Gettler.
You're on the ground floor, my man.
Yeah,
Whether
he
this is
flipped-
all
he
after
flipped
the
the
fact.
community on its ear. Nobody's going to be able to do that again.
This is all after the fact stuff, not
Yeah.
not on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Gettler.
Let me see
It's
how
a
I can
lifetime
make
ago, man.
Empire
Lifetime
Puppet.
ago.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Y'all can't find that again. They're
And
trying.
we'll never forget it.
Yeah, they'll try.
As much as we want to forget it, Mad Spidey.
Yeah, I know. It was interesting while it was happening, but yeah, and then just the aftermath was just we've had enough.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
And we digress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bugger it, just call it.
We'll just wait for Joe to get back.
Wait till
Oh,
Joe
yeah,
gets back,
yeah.
and then we'll call it. Then it'll be an
Yeah.
official another one for everybody.
That way it's
Joe
not he doesn't
ever
come back to
comes
an empty room and go like, what the hell?
I
Yeah,
want
what
Joe to
happened?
like he'll go to the bathroom and then he just casually goes to his bedroom and passes out. Like,
Passes out. Yeah.
We're all still sitting here tomorrow.
waiting.
Come on, Joe, where are you, man?
Where the
Or
heck
that, or
is my
he
head?
suddenly got inspiration on his art project and decided.
Yeah.
So I was standing there holding my thing, taking a piss, and all of a sudden the inspiration hit. I know what to build
Jeez.
now.
I'm a giant penis made out of metal.
With a ring
There you
made
go.
out of chickens.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what you. CJ.
So the question
Silent
is, are we
decision.
going to see you a little bit more, Austin, or this is going to be a once-off for a while?
Hopefully, I'll be back. We'll see. I'm closing out a few projects here pretty soon, so hopefully my presence will be a little bit greater.
I do like the wall. I know you said the room's a mess, but I like the wall.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Yeah. It's looking good, man.
So is this on the east wing or the west wing?
It's a whole new wing.
This is, I guess, this is central.
Yeah.
Central hub that leads out to the east-west wing that connects to the west wing.
Yeah, we got the east wing over here and the west wing behind me.
Yeah. that was another like Nikki 9.5 moment when we came to that realization of this guy's got wings in the house. Like he's straight up. Like all it took was a couple times for Austin to like, oh, hold on, let me grab something. Then he gets up and it's like, how far has this dude been walking?
He gets a Segway out, rides the Segway down the house.
Like
to
he
get
was
the
like, hold on a second, guys, I gotta grab something from outside or whatever. And it's like, wait a minute, you just took an elevator, bro. I thought you were in your house. Like he's like, yeah, of course. You don't have an elevator in your house. It's like, what? Wait a minute. Excuse me?
Yeah, what are you, farmers?
Wait a minute. I was unaware.
You missed it, Mike. We had a full house earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. The YouTube sellout himself.
Oh shit.
Oh,
He brought it
Shots
back
fired.
up.
Oh, I love me some Beckerman.
The YouTube sellout.
I'm waiting for the message. Send me a link.
Yeah, if he says send me the link, I'm gonna have to go.
So what now? Oh.
Well, technically, he doesn't have any content on his own channel, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No, but he's
It's
still
all on-
regularly. He's still regularly posting. And there he is. Okay.
Hang on, Remy. But before we go, Joe, you need
Joe. So now that you've ended your stream, we're going to end our stream.
you need to check your IG because I sent you a screenshot.
The DVH also went to take a piss.
I'm happy to fix it.
He went to take a piss.
You
and
don't
he gave
need
you a
to
double
fix it.
Polaroid.
It's amazing. Like I love it more than anything.
No, I'm a stickler for good service.
Good service. This is your idea.
And there you are.
All right. Well, I do appreciate everybody for joining the panel tonight. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Everybody was super active in the chat. We think you all are amazing. I love you all. I don't have any channel sponsors to hit up like Rob usually does at the end of the Legion stream that I love. I will find something different to play us out to, per usual, because I like changing it up. Too many people are. There you go. DJ Links.shop.
I've got one of those.
Limited
They're amazing.
QT. And hit up any of the Illuminati if you're interested in the exclusive. Mr. Austin made the cover. He's over here somewhere there. Up there. Anyways, I do appreciate everybody for joining though. Remy's Place. Hopefully we'll be able to do it next week, same time, and that's it.
Closing time. Time to roll to Chili's and chow down with my fucking boys.
Night, you cock slamming fools.
Hold on. And
I do prefer the more sort of